pray with, it's more lifestyle than it is the sexual connection for me. It's more like
you talk.
I think so.
You need a shot?
And Sierra's right next to me, so it's right there.
Yeah, you need a shot?
The call.
Okay.
My other's not here.
I think I'm gonna take one, just in case.
Alright, bet. I can't find that. Congratulations are.
La 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 la.
Where is yours?
Okay.
You take a shot in a 16-ounce glass?
It's not necessarily a shot. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
And there was plastic cups over there?
Believe it or not, she hates when I use plastic cups.
Really? Why? I don't want any dishes.
Exactly.
Like, she won't let me wash dishes, but then I'll try to use plastic plates.
She won't let you wash dishes?
Or do you not wash dishes good?
That's a beautiful thing. That's probably what it is.
Because I don't wash dishes good.
I don't wash dishes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Yeah, I don't wash them good.
Damn.
She get pissed
You
off.
might need to keep her.
Nah, she get mad for real.
She still know how to do chores.
Relax.
Yeah,
Coming from the
I
girl that
can't
can't
even
cook,
wait
she
for this
can't-
right here.
She can't even cook.
Oh, that's
Talking about
This
she don't want
isn't
to go
about me.
50-50. Like, come on.
because what you gonna bring to the table?
After sex, she said support. Yo, get the fuck out of here. What is support?
You'll go get the food. That's the support.
She said,
You
okay.
get-
She said, if his tummy hurts, then I'll be there. She's like, I really wouldn't care for it, but because I'm
No, I said I wouldn't care for a friend if her tummy hurts, but like I'm obviously gonna be there for you. I'm actually, niggas don't leave me alone.
Ooh,
I don't gotta cook.
pop your shit, Serena. You heard the woman.
Hold on, you said niggas don't leave you alone?
No,
Okay.
ever.
You heard it. They always trying to circle back.
Which is not always a good thing.
It's not a good thing.
It's not always a good thing. What are the, what's, a lot of people, is it recording now? Are we starting?
Yeah, like, Gerald's gonna have to, like,
They'll
figure
cut
this
it
shit
out.
out. Yeah. Go ahead.
What is up with my eyes? People keep commenting on them and
You're
like,
very piercing.
I just always thought they were
Yeah,
normal.
piercing.
You've
What
only,
is-
you've
what is
only,
It's like a
piercing?
little like, not like, the only word I can come up with is beady, but it's not even beady. It's like,
Beady
Yeah,
is
it's like-
little.
I know, so it's not beady, but it's like, they are piercing though, because they're like black.
I mean, they.
yeah, like, legit, there's no brown
Like
in your
look at
eyes.
his
Yes,
eyes.
they
His eyes
are.
are light brown.
Mine are anomaly, though.
Oh please.
Mine are
Brown
anomaly.
skin.
I mean, are they like? Do they like pop out of my head? Like, are they like
Nah,
3D?
Like,
3D
literally,
as
they're
well.
black. Like, do you have any brown in your eyes?
I think
Yeah, exactly. I don't think you do.
they don't look good.
You're gonna keep pointing till it tastes better.
But yeah, so he knew exactly what he wanted. This girl was 9 months pregnant and pre-cooked and packaged him like 6 months worth of food, so he didn't have to worry about it while she was in postpartum. I said,
Oh, that's why.
I
Where
wasn't
they,
for
where
you.
they at?
I wasn't for you.
You know, there's a thing where my uncle told me before, not the uncle that y'all know, but another uncle. He said, man, be done with these American women. They don't know how to do it. He said, go over there to like Dominican Republic or some shit.
So not a black woman.
They are black.
Afro-Latina, excuse me.
They're black.
Okay.
They
Why did
come
he say
from-
Africa? That's racist.
No, we said Dominican.
I said Dominican.
But why did he say the first thing that you
He
said
never-
when you
'cause
said
he-
not
'cause he never-
American
'cause he never-
was
'cause he-
Dominican?
Because he's never been to Africa. Where he's gone is like to the like.
You ever been to
islands.
Dominican?
Yeah, he's been to the Dominican Republic. He's been to Puerto Rico. He's been to all the places. So them girls are like, the women are like a bit more submissive.
That sounds like they don't date a black woman.
Thank you.
Look at how big my mom. All right, man. G,
We're back.
we apologize. We
No,
got some
we
shit
gotta
to
finish
go.
this conversation because like, what the
Well,
fuck?
don't we have to like start it with like who we are and who I am and how we know each other?
Yeah, but sometimes we just started, we just be talking.
Yeah.
Oh, see, okay.
Mhm.
But
Because I have a really good intro for how I know y'all.
Hey y'all.
It's gonna come together.
All right, well let's go ahead and bring it in there.
Okay.
All right, welcome.
Hi.
How we doing?
We're doing great, you know.
Are you gonna do your thing?
What does he do?
Welcome to the Plugged In Podcast.
Lovely. Look at that. Welcome, people to Plugged In, where we are plugged into all things sports, culture, and lifestyle. And this is our outlet. So let's go ahead and get to the shit today, because we got a guest in the building.
Amen.
We don't have the
princess
soundboard
is
still.
here.
But Gerald, get it in, my guy. Get it in.
Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, so we got Serena in the building today, joining us. So a bunch of South Cap energy up in
Yeah.
here. You know, we
Exes
love it.
for, you know
You know what I
represent.
mean?
Not only South Carolina, but mind you, this actually kind of feels like a lock-in a little bit. Am I? I don't feel like a lock-in.
No, because we're gonna leave after this.
Right.
Like nobody's.
A lock-in is wild.
It's not a 24.
It's bringing. Okay, so the reason why I say lock-in
She
is
must think we
so
constant that.
I
We're
met
screaming this out.
so I met these two when I was probably Cam was older than us by like what year? But me and Sierra are the same age, so I met them when I was probably like
No.
8 or 9 or something like that.
It's a lot.
And I'm gonna tell so that's one thing about Carolina, like that people don't understand when I talk about it in big cities. I'm like, everybody just know everybody, or like
That's a-
you meet somebody, you gonna be cool with them or be friends or be able to like keep in contact, because how do I still know people that I meant when I was 8 or 9. And
We
what's crazy?
We did go to the same church. Like,
I didn't even go to church there.
but you went to.
But you went to
I went to the summer camp.
Did you go to church there?
Yes, fool.
Did you go to church?
Did you go to church?
Yes.
On days other than Easter.
Yes.
I don't remember you being at church.
Now he was at church. I was not that way.
No, at all.
No.
Yes.
I don't remember you sitting in church.
If you go through, I bet your mama might still have that book from Bethlehem when everybody would take those pictures. We're in there. We are in there. Look it up.
I ain't go to church there. I didn't go to summer camp.
Yeah, y'all did, but we did though. I promise.
But
You went to my
anywho,
mama?
Yeah, no, not.
Okay then.
Yeah, let's do it. No, not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. Alright,
so anywho, these two are actually very vital to my life story in my life, and y'all don't know this. I know, right? It's about to come together.
I want to
Who do you want me to start with first?
Go ahead.
Who do you want to go first?
It doesn't matter. You
I gotta do first. So, me, growing up, I went to private school.
What
And
private school did you go to?
Mount Zion.
Okay.
So because I went to Mount Zion, my mom was seeing that I wasn't as cultured as she would like to me, so she took me to the Hoodist camp on the lines of Fountain and Simpsonville.
Hoodist camp is wild.
It was a little hood.
It was Fountain Inn, Great Court, and Long
Like the fourth, like
Bethlehem?
and a little bit of Simpsonville. That's where I came from.
Bethlehem?
Bethlehem was on the cusp.
No,
I
what?
just told you, bro. I just had this conversation with somebody the other day. Think about it. It was Simpsonville, Great Court, Lawrence, Fountain Inn.
Did I grow up in the hood?
No, Fountain Inn is on the borderline. You was
Great
really Fountain Inn
Court.
for real.
Yeah, Great Court. No, it wasn't.
Great Court and Lawrence, where it's like
Hill.
That's how you know you
Great
love
Court.
Great
Great
Court.
Court.
I hailed from Malden. Okay.
I
hailed from Malden, and I went to private school. So my mom was saying like, "Oh my gosh, like my baby doesn't know who she is for real." So she sent me to Bethlehem summer camp. It was probably like $75 a week. And of course, when I come in, I have a big personality, and kids did not know how to take me. And I'm not saying Sierra was mean to me, but all I'm gonna say is she's the reason why I didn't want to go to private school anymore and chose to go to public school, because I wanted to ride the school bus like everybody else and not be made fun of, because her, Marquise, and the crew would make fun of me and how I talked and what I did and how I went to private school.
I didn't know she was going with it.
And why I didn't know the songs, why I like Britney Spears, why like they made fun of me so bad that I went home and I remember being like, "Mom, I don't want to go to private school. I want to ride the school bus like everybody."
Really didn't know it.
Yes,
No, you've
like,
always been mean.
to me and Bria, we both were like, "Damn,
You've
what's
always
wrong?"
been mean,
I
though.
love you, Bria, though.
I know. I mean, don't get me wrong. She was never cruel, but like she definitely was into jokes with everybody else. But
Nah, you were
mind
mean.
you, we were like 10 years old. I expected
What's
it.
up?
When was I mean to you?
You were never mean to me.
Okay,
I was mean though,
then. So why you saying I'm mean?
cause you was mean to her.
It wasn't. No, she was.
We were really mean.
She was a bystander.
He said we were joking. Okay.
No, I mean, but you know what? I respect it because I love being black, for real. Like, if it wasn't for
We
her,
never
if
get
it was not for you, I would have never went to private school. Excuse me. I would never.
I'm glad I had that.
You.
Okay.
You ready for your story?
Sure.
I'm very interested to hear this now, because that really took a different turn that I wasn't expecting.
I was like, I didn't want to even tell you. I was like, y'all don't even know how this comes together.
I dig it.
So, back in summer camp was some of like my best memories. Like,
Same.
I have the craziest memories with Serena, but go ahead.
man, like summer camp was a time. So mind you, summer camp started in like K4, K5, and then went up to ninth grade, and then after ninth grade, you became an intern.
Yeah.
So again, Cam was older than us, so we were still technically in summer camp, and he was an intern. But the intern looked so fun because that was the first year they initiated the intern program.
Yeah.
It was you, Dion, Danielle Brooke. She was there.
Yeah,
Danielle Brooks was
cousin
like
Bob
just
came
kill
down.
stuff because
Yeah,
Man, I remember her. I remember when she went to her Juilliard interview. And we was like, "You going to Juilliard?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm going to interview my mom." Her mom was our teacher, and people think I'm like kidding. I'm like, "No, like we grew up with her."
No, we really grew up with
We
her,
really
for
grew
real.
up with Danielle Brooks, man. Shout out to her. She got another
Literally.
movie coming out, I think.
She does.
Broadway
Put it on.
too.
If y'all don't know who Danielle Brooks is, she was on Orange is the New Black. She was
Yup.
tasty. She killed that shit.
Just had a baby girl, I think.
She was in the show Peacemaker.
She was in what?
Peacemaker. She was in The Color Purple.
The Color
And Color Purple
She's in a
killed
lot
it,
of good
and
stuff,
she's done a
yeah.
lot of stuff on Broadway. She
Facts.
is phenomenal. So if you don't know, go Google her. But she is.
Comes from a great family too.
Yes.
Brother doing
Shout out
good.
to
Mama.
Miss
Oh,
Brooks.
You
That's
know
my
Miss
favorite
Brooks really
teacher.
gave me a whooping. Like,
Oh yeah, Miss Brooks don't play. That's all I was just about to say.
Damn.
Miss Brooks do not play.
No.
She was the best teacher,
She's
but
not even mean. She's just very like
Stern.
strict. Yeah, stern.
Oh.
stern. She got me in.
When
check.
I get to my story, I'm gonna get into how it's
She
gonna
got us in a lot of trouble in our household. We got whoopings because Miss Brooks. I ain't even gonna hold you. But
no
still,
shade to your mama Danielle,
Yeah,
but we
no
did.
shade.
But
But I love her.
I've personally been victimized by Miss Brooks, and I'm gonna get to it because it has to do with Cam. But anywho, so Cam was older than us, and
By 1 year. Let's make sure we're clear about that. Yeah.
hello.
Girl,
No, I'm
are
here.
you good? We're literally on
All right. Well, you coming at 9 in the morning?
Hey, keep this. Because like, there's no way she just like.
Anyway, her voice just changed. Like, she got so low.
My mama. I'm gonna answer my mom call. Period.
All right, keep going.
And that's what I mean by like, if I answer this woman call like that, she pays my bills. Like she helps me. Like,
can we keep going with this? We're gonna get to that topic later.
if you want that kind of energy, you do for me. But anywho,
Girl.
so where I'm getting at is we went to summer camp together. So I learned that I like boys when I was probably like 11. All right, I remember the day I found out I like boys.
This story might turn left.
So I had a crush on.
I thought this was where it was going to.
No, so I found out like so. Anyway, I didn't really know how to talk to them or whatever, but I would go to summer camp. So there was this little boy that I had a crush on.
What's his name?
I used to have the biggest crush on Cam, like, and he used to be,
A lot of people did.
I had the biggest crush on him.
Low key, my bro had the juice back then.
Low key, like I didn't go.
Very low key.
Yeah.
We be playing around a lot, but like Cam was that guy.
Yeah, everybody wanted Cam.
Yeah, like he was a nigga
I'm
for
rapping
real.
for you, my boy. Everybody wanted
No,
him.
like. But he used to come in. They were interested. They didn't have a class. They would just walk around. So he would find his way up to like my classroom, and he would come in the door grinning. You and Dion, and then me and Bria be up there just grinning.
Hey, two troublemakers.
Yes.
But everybody wanted both of y'all.
Yes.
Oh my
They were,
God.
Cam held it down for a while. Then Dion came. We was like,
Yeah,
who
Dion
was
started
that?
going up a little
And
bit.
y'all was able to like.
That's my dog.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's my dog.
Yes.
What a time.
What
It was a
time
lot of
is
people dating and hanging out during that time.
It was.
Or not even dating, because we weren't dating for real. It was just like,
Yeah.
Remember that time we walked around
whatever
the
you wanna
church?
call it.
Kind of vaguely. Let me get that.
Okay.
But anywho, so Miss Brooks was one of our teachers. Anytime like Cam would come up, she'd be like, Serena, Bria, go vacuum, go do like you just could not smile in their face. She would not let me flirt with them in.
I'm sweating.
She was trying to keep you on the straight and narrow.
Yes, but okay, getting to the point of how Cam is important.
Oh my God.
So mind you, I started liking guys when I was like 11. So you know, my birthday's in the summer. I was about to be 13 years old, and I had never kissed a boy before. And I was like, man, like this is crazy.
Wait.
You gotta come over
Wait,
here.
yeah, hurry up.
This loud for real.
What the fuck is going on?
So at summer camp, summer camp was always gonna come together because this started my love for travel. Because back in the day, we was
we
traveling.
went everywhere. We
Our
went
parents used to be
everywhere.
waiting for us, and we would get back at
Yeah,
like
for real.
midnight. We
We
was
went
Charlotte,
everywhere.
Atlanta, like every time.
Carowinds, like
Carowinds,
Six Flags.
Every
yeah.
Friday, we were going somewhere.
Yeah.
And
And
that,
no places during the week, not that far, but like
Yeah.
every Monday was bowling and skating.
Wednesdays
Tuesdays,
When did we go
Wednesdays
swimming?
was
When did we go swimming?
Thursdays was swimming.
Thursdays.
But y'all, you were interested. You got to go pretty much every day because y'all was helping out with the
Yeah,
other
we
kids.
did.
Yeah. But mind you, Cam didn't come to church. She didn't come to intern every day. But I used to be so excited when he would come. But mind you, one Monday he was in charge of the 6th through 8th grade class. And I remember talking to Bria and being like, "Oh my God, like he's so cute, but I haven't kissed a boy yet." And I had my first kiss with Cameron in the skating ring by the window. I remember it, and I remember being like, yes, I did it before I was 13 because I turned 13 like 3 weeks later. So you both are in my history of life because you were my first kiss, and you are why I don't go to private school, and
That's
I
your culture
have.
now. Yeah.
You're welcome.
So yeah, that's
For
Beautiful
culture. For culture.
Sure. So that's where I
For
come
culture.
in and how they know me and what they are. So I am not random, and they're very vital to my life, and I think they just found out how vital.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No.
That's a great story.
I did not
Or
know
great
I was your
story.
first kiss.
You were. I was 12 years old, and it was in the skating ring, the Golden Lane, not Golden Lane.
12?
I was
I
12.
had to have been 13, I hope.
Yeah, you started.
Well, no, you're
actually,
14.
No. Whoa.
My birthday's in August, so I turned 13.
My birthday's in August.
Right.
So I was
You
13.
13.
And, okay, so I was turning 13 on the 7th.
What
And yours
year-
at
what
28th
year-
or the 21st?
The 28th.
28th, okay. I know it's somewhere around there.
Hold on, what year were you born?
93.
Cool. I was 92. So 1 year, guys.
You just said that a few times. We got it.
Yeah.
I'm probably the oldest that he's dated. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Let's
she
just-
wrong for that.
We didn't.
Cut!
Mind you, we did not date because I see her saying we was just flirting, just little kids, yeah. But
Yeah, it was
that's
like-
my
it was
story
like
of who
young
I
kids
am and
shit.
how I know them and how long I've known them for.
That was beautiful.
That was
Thank
beautiful.
you.
I think this is probably going to be our livest pod that we've ever had.
For real. It's going to be a long one too because we get to the shit.
Yeah,
today.
you're getting right to it.
Yeah.
That's like 30 minutes of just like, don't even
Just
cut
story
that
background.
out. Nah, facts.
And that honestly, we could have a whole podcast just on summer camp days.
We're not doing that.
We could. But
I'm just
we
saying we
don't.
could. I'm just saying. But
Hey, but I do agree that was a vital part of my development as a young teen.
Yes.
You remember when I punched
For
that
sure.
little kid? I forgot his name. It was like
You got in trouble. a lot.
Yes, I do. I do remember
You
that.
punched
And you couldn't come back. You got suspended
I
or
got
something.
suspended for like a week.
I
Wait,
remember
did you
that.
punch?
Some little kid.
He got mad at something. I can't
Bro,
remember.
we was out. They were swimming, and he bucked up at me. I punched him right in his jaw.
I remember that.
You got in trouble a lot.
I did.
Because whenever he got in trouble, I couldn't see him. Came right
And it was either like I would get in trouble or I would like I have to go see my dad like in the summer. So.
But we never knew when he was
at
gonna be
summer
missing.
camp or when I was at your house, you was getting in trouble.
All the time.
What was you doing?
Anything.
I didn't even think about what I would just do. My mom would go blank. Like
And Melodies don't
he
play.
ran up on me and I was like, "What are you doing?" I popped him right in. He just started crying.
I literally remember that.
I'll never forget it.
What a time.
What a time to be alive.
Man.
All right, man.
All right.
Let's get into the plug.
Let's
God damn.
Plug.
Man,
Come on.
stop for the plug, man.
What's the
We'll
plug?
get into the latest and greatest of things going on within the Queen City, but I think it's turned to a point we just talk about everything. Try to charge you up.
Nationally,
Yeah,
locally.
nationally. Try to charge you up for the week, man. Man, let me start off with this. Like, I'm done with black businesses. Black
I
restaurants.
agree.
I'm gonna tell you why. The rent's coming early today. So like this earlier today, I was like, I'm gonna go to a Jamaican spot, right? Because there was a bunch of food trucks. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to this Jamaican spot. Get 2 beef patties. I love a good beef patty. I look over, I see a hibachi spot. It's called 090 Bachi. Probably the worst hibachi I've ever had.
What was wrong with it?
For one, it was overpriced.
You think
It
everything's overpriced?
It didn't taste like hibachi. All right, so like if you go to like Miyabi Express, you can get steak and chicken for like $20. The chicken was $20. The shrimp was like $25. The steak was $35 alone.
Did you eat both?
No, you only get one.
I'm saying, but did you have to buy both?
No, I didn't buy both.
Oh, okay.
I was only getting one for $20. It wasn't good, and I felt like it was overpriced. And
I mean, $35 for steak is overpriced.
You didn't check the price before you went?
No.
Okay.
You do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
I went for the Jamaican spot.
Sometimes if I'm going to a restaurant, like sit down.
Yeah, not for sure.
I have a heart for black people, so if like I see a black person like selling something, I remember one time I was outside of Target, I legit bought like some like shampoo for my dog for like $30.
From Target?
No.
When they try to
from
bother
the
me,
black
I'm
guy
like,
outside.
I got the phone call.
And he was the bruh. He was the bruh. So I was like, I'm gonna support
that's
it.
why.
Never again. Let me tell you this. I'm done. I can't do it no more.
What's the worst black experience not black, but black owned business experience that you've had?
Oh, let me tell you this. So this nigga,
I don't know why.
I get my food, and then out of nowhere, I pick up like a card. Like it's like one of them little club like flyers. He's like, hey, yeah, bro, come on. I'm a DJ too. You got a food truck and you DJing?
Hey, ain't no wrong with it.
Nigga.
My loctician is a loctician, and she has a food truck.
I lived in Atlanta. You make money by any means necessary.
Exactly.
That's normal.
At this day and age, look, we just talked about Steph Curry last week. He in the NBA. He also is assistant GM. Everybody got to have multiple streams of income.
Angel Reese too.
Hear me out. The shit makes sense though. The nigga plays basketball. He went to Davidson. For him to become an assistant GM for Davidson makes sense.
I agree with that. But I'm saying you got to have multiple streams of income. I get it.
Pat Mahomes and his wife own the KC soccer team.
Because she plays soccer.
Yeah, she did play soccer.
Fair.
All of these things are tied in. Like Angel Reese,
Serena Williams just bought ownership in the Toronto team.
Yes.
her man is a billionaire.
Okay, you're always gonna make it make sense now. Come on, we gotta stop it.
Are you mad because I speak with logic? It makes sense.
No, but it's not adding up to what you were, because you were literally saying like, oh, this person plays
Really
soccer.
emotional.
This
Really
person went
emotional.
there. This person's a billionaire. Okay.
So should I not speak?
I mean,
Should a
no, you
black
can
man-
speak,
should a
but
black
like
man
they.
not speak?
Oh, don't even play the
Oh,
victim.
a black man
Don't
can't
do that.
speak now.
Don't
huh?
do that.
We got two women here. I'll be quiet.
Don't do that.
Thanks. Anywho,
Moving on. If you guys haven't seen, on Instagram, we're putting out the Queen City Current to keep you current on all events popping off from week to week or
Yes,
within
yes,
the
yes.
month. And so, nothing really happening too major this weekend.
Not
There's
really.
a Boyard brunch at Camp North End. I
Nice.
went a couple months ago when it was
Okay.
warm. It was a time out there. They got a DJ out there. They dancing.
if I
Food
may
trucks.
interrupt, being from the Carolinas, I used to live in Atlanta and now I live in Houston. I've been to DC brunch. What do Charlotte brunches have on these other cities? Because you gotta tell me.
Nothing.
Oh, nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nothing.
Don't even
But
have-
this is a good
Them is
vibe. though.
mimosas.
Yeah, that's about it.
I haven't even seen any place with bottomless. Like most
They
places I
can't.
find they use the bottles.
No, they can't do bottomless.
I didn't think
mimosas.
so.
Yeah, it's illegal
Yeah,
here.
I mean, you got some places that got some good food and can have a good little vibe with a DJ and stuff like that. But like, it don't go up like there. But there is a place that they're trying to make kind of like camp in Houston, which we're gonna talk about in a minute.
There's
That's
this
having
place-
their first party next weekend.
There's this place called Southbound that literally has like endless mimosas on Saturday. Then I just found it. I think it's the only place. It's like low key.
Interesting.
It's a taco spot.
What's it called?
Southbound.
Oh, Southbound people, go check it
Yeah,
out.
check it out.
Look
It's
in.
in South End, but
So yeah, the Boyard brunch. If you guys are free, it's from 12 to 4 on Sunday at Camp North End. Go check it out.
the Black College like invitational is this weekend too.
That is this
It's
weekend
gonna be a
too.
lot of people like going to having like different brunches.
Division 2
Day parties.
basketball, so it should be pretty
Is
good.
that what that is?
Yeah,
Is it gonna be really good basketball?
I said it's gonna be pretty good basketball.
You think so?
Yeah.
You going?
No. I'm good. I'd rather watch March Madness on TV. No offense.
That's fair.
Who y'all rooting for in March Madness?
My team is out of it.
No, we get into it like we get into it like exactly.
University of Dawn Staley.
And Don Staley we trust. We make history today, but we'll get to that later.
And her vice president.
So let's talk about that new spot that's popping off next week.
So Alibi. So it's up on Wilkinson Boulevard, isn't it?
Yeah. So Better Luck Tomorrow is put on that party.
It's gonna be at Alibi.
It's gonna be at Alibi. The first party at Alibi next Saturday, and it's gonna be a time because anytime Better Luck Tomorrow puts on an event, it's like that. So I haven't been to a bad Better Luck Tomorrow party yet. So I already got my tickets. Yeah,
I still have a ticket. I need to buy a ticket.
Yeah, they already sold out all the sections.
You got a section?
No. Do I look like I would buy a section?
You don't buy sections?
No, I'm done with it.
You buy sections?
I don't buy anything, Cam.
Please heard the lady. Now, all the sections are sold out, but general admission is there. Early bird special is $20. But if you wait, it's probably about $30.
How are you?
Hey. You got that? So, it should be a good time though. I'm excited about it. It's behind a strip club is what I heard.
No, it used to be the old strip club.
It's not Flirt, which is the new strip club that pops like in the fall.
You know that I know it's by the like dog like boarding place we take our dog to. But
Okay.
I know that. That's all
That's
I know.
not
Where's the dog?
Over there.
Oh.
Wanna go see him?
Yeah, what dog?
Go ahead.
No, not
okay.
now.
Oh, okay, now right now.
Y'all gotta stay focused.
I'm thinking you're gonna say, let the dog out. Like, bring the dog over here. I gotta go to the dog.
Nah.
You jump up.
But Alibi, no, like I seen like a TikTok the other day. They were talking about Alibi. Literally, like the whole parking lot was packed for people trying to like get jobs there.
Damn.
Yeah, from like bartending, hostess, security guards, everybody. Mostly women were out
The
there.
same people kind of work at these different spots because the same guys and ladies be open.
Yeah.
Be opening them. So we'll see probably the same people we see it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't been
sure.
to Cloud or Imperial, and I couldn't tell you how long. So it is what it is.
I'm not going back to Imperial. They tried to charge me $60 to go upstairs.
I knew that was
me
coming.
fucked up. But
Imperial
anyway.
been lit on Friday night.
But you don't pay for it. Don't worry
I
about it.
won't.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm not.
So the other day, Cam sent me this message about top 5 cities that have the most YNs.
Yeah.
Atlanta, DC, Chicago, Houston, somewhere in Florida.
Let's see if you're right.
Nah, I think you had about 4 of them.
You
Right?
did have 4 of them.
Or I messed up with Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Charlotte.
Charlotte's 5.
Charlotte was. I didn't. Say
Charlotte.
I think I said somewhere in Florida.
You said somewhere in Florida.
And I
you
said
got
it
the
said
first four
Charlotte.
Right. What you said was number 1?
I didn't rank them. I just said I'm random.
If you had to guess.
Houston, Atlanta, Chicago, DC, and I said somewhere in Florida.
Okay, so which one do you think is number 1?
Atlanta.
Damn.
Atlanta has like
You're good.
49.9% black people.
Yeah.
That's 2.
No, Atlanta was number 1.
2 is Chicago. DC.
DC.
I just looked up the other. I know a lot.
Are you good?
I'm really smart.
Alright, what's number 3?
It's Houston.
That's
Houston
it?
has 28% black people.
That's crazy.
All right, let's keep going.
I don't know Charlotte. You said
what's
Chicago,
four?
right?
What's four?
What's 4?
That's Chicago, right?
No, Charlotte.
Oh, wait, no. What did I say? Atlanta, DC.
You said
Oh,
Chicago.
What's 5? You're not gonna get this one, I don't think, because you didn't name this one. I think this was surprise. Well,
it's
I don't know.
Minneapolis.
No,
That's a good guess though.
Minneapolis is very
There are a lot of
black.
niggas.
I would never guess that. But no, Raleigh.
Okay.
Raleigh does have
Yeah,
niggas.
I don't think I would have got there.
I wouldn't have
But Minneapolis is very black. So when I was working in sports, I had an interview up there.
Okay.
And I remember being like, I ain't moving up there, but like I saw that it was actually very black.
You know who has a lot of black people that people underrate? Like Little Rock, Arkansas. Like,
That is
it's actually not. Little Rock is North Little Rock. That's like.
Don't get me wrong with geography, but ain't it close to Mississippi? Because Mississippi's very black, and a lot of people try to like navigate and move.
That would make sense, yeah. That's what I'm saying. That doesn't really surprise me about
Yeah.
Arkansas, but could be. Real quick, I do want to say this. I don't know if y'all seen this on TikTok, but I'm obsessed right now with this YN R&B challenge on TikTok. The boys going crazy. So they flipping like
Do you have a-
very.
do you have a-
I can pull one up. It's all in my likes.
Okay, it's called YN R&B.
R&B, yeah, R&B, YN something. I forgot, but they are killing it. So they're flipping like very popular R&B songs and just putting their own spin to it to talk about, you know, running the streets, Glocks, killing,
Yeah.
I have.
Still dealing, all those things. Yeah, all those things.
I don't have no service here, but I've seen what you're talking about.
You
Yeah.
need the Wi-Fi?
So, but when Jacquees do it, it's a problem, but they can do it, and it's funny. Because when Jacquees be taking people's songs, it's a problem.
I like Jacquees.
I like them too.
This is cool, but he takes everybody. He takes all the good songs. Like Boot Up was kind of crazy.
It was really good.
What was another one he did?
Trip.
No, yeah, he did do Trip.
He do
That was
all
Trip was pretty good though.
You see, he ain't tried his hand in residuals. There's a reason for it.
Bro would have whooped that ass.
I don't know.
That's
Yo,
what
you
we
know
put.
you just had a kid with Deion Sanders on.
I love Jacquees to death. I do. I love
We want
Jacquees.
athletes. Oh, go ahead. My fault.
No, I don't even like athletes. My point with Jacquees is,
I was like, what you
and
doing?
this is no respect to Deandra Sanders. I think she is beautiful, but baby, your daddy is Deion Sanders. Okay.
What that mean?
You have a,
Jacquees
and you're
got-
crashing out over Jacquees.
Yeah, the crashing was-
Jacquees
is wild.
got
He's
sauce.
like 5'4" and his coke fingers.
Are you a hiatus?
I love him, but like that's not who I'm about to go stand on the hill and die for.
Are you a hiatus?
Oh,
Are you a hiatus? Are you prejudiced against height?
yeah.
She's honest.
Looks
with
at a
herself.
camera. Yes, actually.
There you have it.
There you have it.
I've actually never heard the word hiatus before. Did you make
I
that
just
up?
made that
I
up.
think you did too, because he said, I was like,
huh?
I hope you get a still shot of me and Sierra looking at you like,
I
right?
knew what it meant, but I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, is that a word?
Jacquees got sauce.
No, I love him, but like again,
Juice.
You'll go with that.
Juice.
your dad is. You have literally, he has a Rolodex.
All right. Do you believe that like just because you're famous that makes you cool?
No, people can be
So
like,
like people can like come from like a rich family and still be lame. Not saying how you say her name?
DeAndre.
Deandra Sanders is lame.
But I look at that kind of like, I hate when I see white homeless people because you had a head start. So it's kind of like when you come from money and you rich, you had a head start.
I agree with that. I've always thought that too.
Like DeAndre had
But all white
everything.
people
I'm not
do.
calling her lame, but like
Yeah.
people that come from money, you have a head start at being cool. Like Northwest, Blue Ivy, you guys are born cool. Like if you fumble out, I don't know what to tell you. Like you just don't got it. But like for you, that's why I say I don't like white homeless people because I'm not giving you no money. Like you have literally a 200-year like a head start. You shouldn't be
a
here.
200-year head start is
Nah, I
wild.
literally,
Take
when I
it.
go
You should
to-
not be here.
No, there's a homeless guy. I go to the coffee shop and Jerry talks my head off every time. And I'm like, bro, you hungry? Yeah, bro. Let me get this and this and this and this. He be asking for whatever he want, but I'm like, shit. If you feel like you can get it, go ahead. I'll buy it for
You're
him.
not helping white people that are homeless.
Nah, I have an LB that literally said I'm not helping homeless people. He's like, bro, he said all these jobs that's out here,
It's not that many.
it's a
It's
lot.
really not. It's a bad economy.
It's a lot of like jobs at like fast food restaurants.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that
They're
one,
hiring a lot of niggas.
Yeah. But it's hard for them to hire them when they don't have the part because it's a service industry.
And mind you,
Yeah,
you have to
yeah.
go through onboarding, and a lot of them don't have social
They don't have
security
social
cards and
security.
licenses
Yeah.
and taxes. And
Is it really hard to get your social security and like
I think it's
just
just the
an
concept of
identification?
going, and I feel like you have to pay for that.
that is crazy?
It might not be much. Like I think a license is what, like 12. It might be up now, but I mean that's hard to come by. If
Man,
you're on the
if you
street
sit-
and you got $12, it ain't going to ID. It's
Nah,
going to some drugs.
let's be for real here. Like if you sit outside for like 24 hours, you could raise $12.
Maybe.
But you're hungry. You need to get a little high.
You can miss. You literally can go like 3 days without eating. All you need to do is drink water.
They can find
That costs money too.
I literally
No,
said,
they
if
can
I-
find holes or something somewhere.
I mean,
no, on everything with all of the like Ubers and all this stuff, you can literally walk in the place, grab somebody's food that's been out there for like 30 minutes and go.
well, that's theft.
Yeah,
And a lot
you
of them
should
are on
do
their
that.
third strike.
At that point, it would be better for them to be in jail. Like at least they get healthcare and all that kind of
Well,
stuff.
you know, NBA YoungBoy, he's happiest there. Have you seen him in jail?
NBA Youngboy.
Yeah, he is in bliss. I mean,
Homeless
exactly.
for,
He
like-
fine. He at home. He in the street. You ain't seen him on Shade Room. You ain't seen him nowhere.
Isn't he in like Utah?
I don't know where he at, but he happy.
He's in Montana.
Him and the other one that keep pushing down our throat, Blueface.
No,
They were
he's
pushing
back.
that
He's
up
back. He's back.
He out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
that's-
There's that. All right, let's get to the music drops. We can do some of that other stuff.
Nah, that was crazy.
So Leon Thomas featuring Chris Brown, the Mutt remix dropped. I'm gonna be honest, and I've said this before, and this isn't a very popular opinion, but I'm just not a huge Chris Brown fan, and I didn't really like it.
Why don't you, Chris? Okay. So Chris Brown's first album, no skips, none.
Yeah.
Run it.
Straight
Come on, run
through.
it.
Run it, yo, your man ain't me.
Take
All
You
the
Down.
every.
That was the only
From
one.
start
that
to
came
The
finish.
first one or the second
The
one?
first one, self-titled, beautiful. The next one was like, I think that was Walk, Kiss, Kiss. What? I think that was on the second.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Wall to Wall. Yeah, it was on like.
Oh,
the,
yeah.
But any,
The second one.
the thing with Chris Brown. Okay, so
Are you a Rihanna fan?
I respect her. I like her a lot.
Keep going.
So I feel like
Well,
Chris Brown is very talented, great singer,
Yeah.
great music, great songs, but he
Good
oversaturates
performer.
us. I don't know what to listen to first. I
Bro,
feel
I
like,
put like 40 tracks.
yeah,
on
like I don't know
one
what the
song.
main track is, and it's like I went to go to him and Little Baby concert,
Okay.
and Chris Brown, amazing performer, but it was actually kind of dead because we don't know what you're singing. Like we wanted to hear Yo and like all the old
He
school
wanted to do all his
songs.
popular
But he
shit.
want to do like the
Songs.
new songs so we can learn his new music, which granted, your concert and your tour is based off this new album, but you have like 60 songs. We don't know that. And your last album had 40 and the one before that had 35. Like, I don't know what you're
When
singing.
you have a concert, you're trying to like run the strings up on your like current music.
But you also have to.
He's also like 4 albums behind, and we don't even know
But
the
this is-
album.
but he's
But you
not-
have to cater to what you've done before.
Yeah,
as
but he's
well.
not a legacy act yet.
But he is though. He's been around since he was 16.
Yeah, he is. In his
Mind you, like I went to the Mary J. Blige concert. She got new songs, but the majority is gonna be her old stuff, and she gonna throw on like 3 or 4 new tracks.
Like Usher is a legacy act. You telling me Chris Brown is where Usher's at right now?
No, not exactly where he's at, but he's still been in the game for a very long time.
I feel like Chris Brown could have been where Usher. I mean, granted, he's not the same age, but he could have been if that whole situation didn't happen.
that
he
did
come
sound
out?
bad.
He
The
came out-
situation's not
When did he
bad.
come out?
Well, he was 16 years old.
Like,
No, what year? Like 06?
Oh, 5, 06 or something maybe.
Running up 106 apart. The reason why I don't like it though, it was just like he was trying to be too vocal. Like, what I mean by that is all that holding all them notes and doing all them runs. Like, bruh, it ain't got to be all that. The whole verse
That sounds
or
like
verses.
church music, because that's like all.
Why you
gospel
gotta bring
music.
God into it?
But with the
She
the
don't
type
have to go
of
to
song
church.
that it is,
He did go to church.
I did go to church.
Did.
Like, any of the Bethlehem Baptist Church people that see this, please comment on this and tell them that y'all saw me there. I was there.
Nobody saw
Rashana, come to the front.
Exactly. I was in the direction.
It was 04.
I was in the choir, matter of fact.
No, you weren't.
For like 2 Sundays, my mama took me down because I wasn't really singing for real. I was just up there just smiling and rocking side to side. And she was like, I'm not getting to church this early for you to do that.
You weren't there.
Okay.
Y'all made you
We'll
wear a
call my
dress.
mama when we get up here.
Y'all made you.
I did.
I have seen Sierra in a dress. Contrary to never seen her in a dress.
I've never seen.
What do I wear now?
No, you
She
did.
down, bro.
We did the.
Cotillion together.
Cotillion,
Hello.
Wait,
Botillion.
Mariah Carey for y'all.
I don't think I was a Botillion the year
I
with
was
you.
nice.
Oh, okay, I did. I think it was Jack and Jill.
What's that?
You see, she went to Miles High. That's what.
Stop. I actually ended up going to Hillcrest Middle, and then I went to Malden High, so I went to public school, and I rode the school bus, and I
At
hated it.
that time was the whitest school
Right.
at the time. Yeah, respectfully.
Sorry, we can't be from Great Court.
Nah, they say it's niggas there now.
Oh
Yeah. Because they're opening up more. They opened up a really big high
Designing.
school in Fountain Inn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fountain Inn. They said the school. It's a school that feeds into jail, man. It's a middle school that feeds into jail, man. And
Woodmont was a feeder school.
it's another school now.
Oh, damn.
What's the name of the school?
And I think that I've heard of that.
They said that's YNs too.
I heard that they're all 5A now, too.
Yeah,
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're literally jumping. Like we went from music to like back to Greenville. We got to keep this like.
I'm trying to tell you
About
to keep
that.
it focused. I'm the mediator here. Let's keep it in focus. Oh, my boy Wale dropped Blanco.
very melancholic. Like
It's very on brand with Wale.
it's.
No, it didn't, son.
Yeah, it does.
You gotta hear his message when he talking about people that didn't do that before.
You got yeah.
What's he
He
talking
drowning in the liquor. It's Blanco talking about tequila. He drowning in it because everybody's
tough.
pressuring him about relationships, life, career, all these different things, and he's like, man, it's too much. Like, let me just move at my own pace. Let me just do what I want to do.
Therapy's also available, but...
Well, we know Wale don't go to therapy now.
I think he does. You don't think
But
so?
this album, I think, is gonna be him kind of talking about that because when you look at the cover art for the album, it looks like he's in a room that would be for therapy. So we'll see. I think it's also owed to some show. I can't remember.
He does
what.
do it. He had
He did this.
Seinfeld
Yeah, that's
for a
Seinfeld.
while.
More about nothing than that
More about
mixtape to
nothing.
ever
Mixtape,
ever
yeah,
come out.
mixtape.
That's
Yeah.
good.
So there's that. Destin Conrad dropped his single.
I've never heard of that person.
Go look him up. His music is phenomenal.
I will.
His music is phenomenal. I don't like Lil Durk, but some of y'all people do. So some of y'all YNs or whoever like Lil Durk. So he came out with a song with Janae.
He in jail?
Yeah,
For like killing people? He was trying to kill the person that's in jail.
Rico charge. The one that's killed.
A cute little guy from Chicago.
King Von.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People can still drop songs in
That was
jail.
a-
Y'all heard R. Kelly on the residuals?
Nah, for real.
I
man.
don't-
Did you hear that? He said, "Who's getting my checks?
Yeah,
Somebody's getting his checks.
There's that.
Get that man his money."
Ooh, speaking of that, which we're about to get off, but did y'all hear about the Kanye North? I mean, I don't like talk. Kanye.
I love Kanye.
We wasn't even gonna touch that today.
You're not even going. No one can.
Cause I hate
College
hate
Dropout, Late Registration, and Graduation are in my bloodstream. Like,
Same.
those
That's what I'm
albums
saying. You
mean
can't
so
make me
much
hate
to me.
Kanye.
I
And
got him on vinyl and
it
everything.
hurts me that he's
I remember the first time I
like this.
listened to it. I literally was on the ride to Rock Hill listening to College Dropout for the first time.
College Dropout came out in 04.
Yeah, I know.
And I mean, we were young, but I remember I listened to it. You know, I like the beats. I like new workout.
You
I
not
like the fun
understanding
songs.
you got older.
When I graduated
values
from college,
insane.
I did not have a job. And I graduated in May. I didn't get a job till July. And I remember like trying to find a job, playing that album, moving to Atlanta. And I was just, I was like, man, he going to something. Like, okay. Then I listened later. I was like, oh, I've always liked that. But it makes sense. Like, Lil Jimmy skit. Like, if you just listen to it, I'm like,
It's beautiful.
Spaceship. I listen to that more.
I love that
Spaceship.
album.
Like, if you break down the lyrics, like, he's not wrong, but I just hate that he's in this, like, mental space, and I hope he gets better because I respect those albums so much.
I don't know if y'all realize he only starts to lash back out when he's about to, like...
He gonna drop something.
He's about to drop Bully.
Yeah, he about to drop something too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
But he took it too far this time.
He really did.
He always takes it far.
No, he took it too far
You
this
talking about
time.
Beyonce's kids?
Yes.
Yeah, he did a lot.
Like, we all know that. But you only gotta put it on.
We don't know anything.
It's the way that he said it, and it's the way that you did it. Like,
He said the R word, which was not nice, but I think that he just wants Jay-Z to talk to him. Like, I think he just wants Jay-Z to talk to him and be a friend.
Oh, Jay-Z might kill him.
He's big business.
Yeah.
He got everything to worry about. He's not associating himself with
I'm praying for Kanye. I hope Kanye gets better and stops.
But on a light note, let's talk about some black love. You know, DJ Metcalf and Normani, their engagement.
And that from Russell Wilson, Sierra.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Kudos to that.
What is this?
I don't know. I don't want to snap.
I also want to say, just because Russell Wilson and Sierra hooked up DK and Normani, that doesn't mean to hook up your homeboy with a homegirl that you know is trash, because it does not. You have to actually know that your homeboy is worth somebody. I don't know him, but you have to actually know, because my homeboy be like, "We'll be with your friend." I'm like, "You're not gonna play my friend. I'm not gonna play my friend."
Pause.
This is a good point.
Now, that's a good point. That's a good point. But also, you have to know where it's coming from. I think that they wouldn't have put them up if Normani was shit and DK Metcalf was shit.
Right.
So I do think in order to, I'm just adding on to it. I do think that you should have great role models to show you the way when you're going into a relationship.
Yeah.
But what if you don't have that though? Like, we talked about it kind of on the car on the way here. Like transparent. I don't come from a family marriage. Like, everybody in my family divorced or dating baby mamas, baby daddies, whatever. So like, who's to say that I might not have somebody to look up to, and I can't think I can really look up to anybody because I don't know what happens when you're out of my sight.
That part too. I've never seen a successful relationship up close, so I'm just really learning on the fly.
I know they exist, but like, you know, I didn't grow up with that. But that's not to say that I can't. But that's my disconnect with. I didn't grow up with examples of like pure love and all of that. But I know, I do that, and I'm like, okay, I know what not to do. So it doesn't make sense to me when men or women repeat the same will, because you know what not to do, so why do you...
Because you...
I know, I didn't grow up with it, but I know what not to do because I know how it made me feel, and I don't want my kids to experience that. It's breaking the cycle.
I think that's a really tough, like, that's a... Because, like, you know what not to do, but at the same time, what not to do feels so good to where you just like, fuck it. Like, you'll deal with the consequences. I know in the past where, like, I've had situations... Speaking for myself, I can only speak for myself. Mm-hmm. Like, I would do things just because, like, all right, I know the consequences, but fuck it, I want to do it. Like, and I know, it's just, it's
like, the consequences hurting you or somebody else? Because there's a difference.
They really hurt, they really hurt both of you.
Both.
Because you're still, like, perpetuating, like, a cycle that, like, has gone on before you, but also you're hurting that person by hurting them doing the things that you're doing.
Temporary satisfaction.
Yeah, temporary satisfaction. Like, it's almost like, well, I'm gonna do this because this is what I've seen all my life. But then, like, you don't realize that just because you've seen it all your life don't make it right.
Yeah, that part.
So,
you grow and you mature once you see things like that and have those different experiences, right? So, kind of talking about that, because we talk about not seeing a successful relationship up close. We talk about, you know, learning things on the fly and, you know, having some of our different things, you know, that we do in our relationships, right? Mm-hmm. So, one of the biggest topics I feel like that people are discussing is polygamy. And where people stand with that.
I just read a book on that.
Hold on, wait a minute. So, with that, okay, I'm gonna talk to y'all a little bit about what y'all think about that. Okay, and get your perspectives. Mine is very, very simple. Hell no, can't do it. Now, the only way I would though is
you would do it.
No, I really wouldn't do it. I'm
having
the camera no.
Define polygamy and what you believe it to be, because everybody has different versions of what they think it is. Is it open marriage? Is it marrying multiple people? Is it dating multiple people? What is it for you? Go.
So we got to get deeper into this. To me, it would just be
like, what's a no?
Dating multiple people is okay if I'm not in a relationship with just one person. Or I could be. Actually, I could be in a relationship with one person. But see, me, I want to be the one that could date other people. I wouldn't want the other person to be able to, because I would be.
You could dish it, but you can't take it.
Right. So you know the song by Slum Village and Kanye. We talking about Kanye just now.
Baby, I'm selfish.
I want to myself. I can't help it.
Oh my
ladies,
okay. I can
let you.
You know what I'm saying? Cue that in, Gerald.
Fuck y'all.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel though. Like, it would have to be that, and that sounds extremely selfish. But I just couldn't imagine like letting somebody else doing that, because I'm like, I'd be crushed to know that I know you're gonna take
I'm gonna see how smart y'all are. I was in a polygamous relationship but didn't know I was polygamous.
See what I'm saying? See?
I didn't know I was in one.
No, that's not-
Everybody here like
that's
that
not-
too.
Yeah, like I didn't know I was in a polygamous relationship, but I definitely
I
was.
feel like a polygamous relationship is when everyone knows what's
Oh,
going
baby,
on.
I ain't what I was in. I
That's
ain't
what
know.
they
Yeah.
Sometimes
You think it is.
but they have now more verbiage.
No.
They're saying non-ethical monogamous.
What's it? Did y'all
That's
watch
cheating.
Harlem? Did y'all
No,
watch
I'm-
Harlem?
no,
Yes.
Kofi Sarabi was saying
Bro,
that
let's
his
be
character on
honest.
the show and in real life, yeah.
Now,
Neo,
He
Neo, yes,
talking about
Shaq.
using Queen Sugar?
Yes.
he don't do
You need
polygamy.
to watch Harlem. I told you.
Yeah, he
you
doesn't
need
do
to watch Harlem.
monogamy.
Yeah, he said that he doesn't believe in it. It's like a construct, and his love can go more than one way. And Neo says the same stuff. But also, oh wait, I have to get back on the camera. I have to take this off because it's hot. You gotta have enough money to be polygamous. If you work as a bank teller if you work
Like, can you sit down?
Sorry. If you work as a bank teller at Bank of America, you cannot be polygamous. Sorry, you just can't. People like Neo, polygamous.
Polygamous.
But they all have tons of money. She makes a great point. You have to be able to supplement.
What are
that
you
type of
bringing to me?
lifestyle.
It's kind of like what we're talking about. What are you doing for me? Oh, let me fix my wine. Sorry. Commercial break. Do you have any ads?
No,
Now,
we aren't there yet.
this shit rolling because like, what the fuck? She literally got up, said, yeah, then looked in the camera and said, you have to be rich to be polygamous.
No, because me and my
That's
friends talk about
crazy.
this. You need to be in a certain tax bracket to cheat.
I do
No,
say that.
okay, but
no, I do
cheat
say
in
that.
the
I
end-
do say that.
Well, they could be the same.
To actively
They don't tell them.
cheat as a male, you have to have money.
Right. It's expensive to
Yeah.
cheat.
It's very expensive to
It's
cheat.
very expensive. It is expensive to be a polygamist. Like
It is.
I'm not about to be in a polygamous relationship with you and be miserable and be broke and be sad and be paying my own bills.
So
Because
let's-
all these women that they talk about that they're in these relationships with, they say they're happy, they're taking care
Nick
of.
Cannon's
they're good.
happy.
Same thing.
Who else is in a polygamous relationship that's gone out? Honestly, a lot of y'all in polygamous relationships. Y'all should check on that. But
Oh,
People.
I was.
okay.
And I ain't know it.
Hold on.
How did you not know it?
No,
And then how did you find out?
no. Yeah, I was about to say, let's not skip over this. Like, let's talk about it. How were you in a polygamous relationship that you didn't know about?
I just wasn't looking like.
Did she know?
Who?
The other girls. Girls, probably.
I don't know.
So he just had 2 girlfriends.
I don't even know if that.
So did he tell you that he was polygamous after you found out, or he was just cheating?
What I'm saying, he just cheating. Like he
Okay,
just
he's cheating.
He's
That's not
cheating.
polygamous.
Yeah,
And when he found somebody, he left me and went to her. That's what I said. Like, oh, and now he polygamous with her. She just don't know it.
That's not polygamy. That is
He's just
cheating.
cheating.
And you see my stance on polygamy. So again, that's my stance. If you
She
have
said
a
it's
boy,
subjective. She
if
said
you
it's
have a
subjective.
boyfriend, make sure that you are his girlfriend. And if you have a girlfriend, make sure that she's your girlfriend and vice versa. Because there's a lot of people that are dating somebody, but they're not dating you.
That's true though. That's true. There's a lot of people out here in situationships or thinking they're in relationships, and it's not on the.
And
same
I'm not
page.
even trying to call you out because I too was dating somebody who was not dating me.
Yeah,
We were not together, but in my head we was married. But yeah, that's neither here nor there.
Girls gotta check that. It's
Yeah.
a lot of niggas out here running
the
game on
story was
y'all.
crazy,
Huh?
but
Now the story really wild.
The
Like
story is insane.
you live and you learn, for real.
I don't think Houston's a real place. Just like I think Atlanta's not a real place, I don't think Houston.
Because the
The
dating
thing-
shit.
No,
I
no.
thought
The
I thought
thing-
men did me dirty. Men have never done me dirty.
The things
Not
she
to
told
this.
me in that car when we was on our way here, I was like, what was he like 6'7"? Like did
The
he
first
have,
story
like-
I told was something super simple. What did I say? I said that he said. What was the first thing I said that he said?
He said that his friends like literally said like
Said that I was ugly and that like they
he was,
don't.
no. Look, you're not adding it. You gotta add the fluff. He was on the phone in front of his friends saying, "Yeah, my friend said that you're ugly. Your eyes are just too piercing. You're intimidating. This and the
I'm an
third."
acquired taste.
Yeah, like was going crazy in front of like they're on the phone and his friends
Y'all
are
on a
right
date?
there by his side.
I'm on the other line with him.
Whoa.
Oh.
And
you
he's
went
like
there.
saying, and I'm like,
Nah.
so I'm like, so why do you feel so comfortable telling you that? Because
Oh.
for me, y'all know that Bria is my best friend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bria.
There's only so much you gonna say. Like, if you don't like Bria, that's cool. I respect it.
Yeah.
You could say, I don't like Bria, and I may say, oh, what's wrong, or whatever. And you could say, oh, she did X, Y, and Z. I respect it. But you not liking her, she ugly, that's not, I don't want to hear that. I don't need to hear that. That's the first problem. The second problem, if you're telling me something about Cam, I don't have to go to Cam and say, well, Sierra don't like you because you ugly, you fat, you this, you that. I don't have to say that. Like, that's just causing drama for no reason. I don't even gotta tell Cam that you don't want to be around him. It's just, oh, not Sierra not coming. We're gonna meet up with her later. Like, that's hurting his feelings, and I don't have to do that and causing drama. So it's like I felt like he was deliberately trying to hurt my feelings when I did nothing to him, and that was messed up. And mind you, You're doing this in front of people, like trying to make me look
Right.
humiliated, and it's
That
like.
just talks about his character, though.
No.
And I mean, I do think I'm the finest person in sliced bread, but it wasn't meant to say
mean,
that.
no. I really feel like people from South Carolina are mean. I really feel like.
Oh, this dude's from South Carolina?
No, I say us. I don't think we put up with a lot of bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
So
I
like,
agree with that.
so when she was telling me all these things, I'm looking at her like, yo, this is not the Serena.
Mind you, they've known me for a while, so they know I got a mouth on me, which I have learned how to manage. Praise God. But
No, she does. No, do you
I'm
hear
like,
her?
huh?
I've learned how to manage it. I've definitely managed my own.
Okay.
Y'all just the homies, so I know I can talk, but like.
They're gonna be the deciding factor if you know, like,
What?
keep going, cook,
I
Anywho.
was about to say, get your shit off.
cook, yeah. Cook.
Anywho. So, when I live in a big city, I live in Houston now, and I always try to explain to them, like, the South Carolina culture. Like, as you see, like, I've known them since I was quite literally in elementary school, and most of my friends I've been friends with 15, 20. The shortest friend outside of people I met in Houston is probably, like, 10 years. Like, people from South Carolina, we're just a community. We know each
Quality,
other.
not quantity.
Yeah. Like, when I go to my hometown tomorrow, and I say, oh, I was with Cam, they gonna say his last name. I'm like, oh, yeah. Like, you gonna know somebody who knows somebody. I could be in Houston. And they could be like, I'm from South Carolina. I say, oh, where at? Columbia. Who you know? Oh, I know them too.
Yeah.
I kid you not, I was in Seattle by myself. And I sat with this random girl at a table. And I was like, oh, can I sit here? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, where are you from? She said, Columbia. I said, you know? She's like, oh, yeah, I know. We have mutual followers and everything in Seattle. Like, you just meet people from South Carolina, and it's like, you just know.
Yeah.
For sure.
But when you move to Houston, or big cities, they don't have that same community. And what I always tell them is, growing up, it was a country little town. Like, we didn't have much. We liked it, but we didn't have much. But we didn't have competition.
It's Simpsonville, not the country.
But it's the country compared to Atlanta and
It's
Houston.
definitely not now. It maybe was a little
Back
bit
then,
when you were
yeah.
growing up. But
We
like,
had
it's still-
straight trees everywhere. Like, think about it. Everything on Woodruff Road wasn't even made yet.
That's true.
All that was done.
Very true.
And I know that because I used to go that way to go to school. But none of that was there. We had Frankie's. We had a David
2010,
Buster's.
2011,
It was coming up. It was coming up.
I mean, I went to college in 2011,
That's
so I
always-
didn't really get to, like, see any of
But
that.
even a little bit before then, because that's
Yeah,
all
like,
I was
oh, yeah.
I mean,
They were working on it, but, like, they didn't.
It's not what it was now.
Right.
I used to work at the Subway by the mall. Right. Not
Look,
by
this is
the
where I
movies.
bring y'all back in because we've gotten off of.
We really be
because
going
now
into
we
Greenville,
can
yeah.
get back to South Carolina.
Sorry.
Okay,
It's her fault.
so why do we think that this is such
Well, he didn't say
a?
his
Oh, I
side.
didn't tell
Oh,
my
okay.
part. I think I'm not for polygamy. I don't like to share. There was a point in time where I would cheat, sure, but like I think at this point,
I'm like staring at George. She's like, excuse me.
Not on me.
nah, there was a point in time, but I do think that at this point in time in my life, I don't like to share. I don't want to share another woman with my woman. I don't want to share another man with my woman. I'm an ally, but I don't want a man touching me. You feel me?
Cheating is just such a hard, like, okay, like, I've never cheated, but, like, I've, like,
Serena,
talked to somebody.
Serena,
What?
I'm telling my story.
I'm so sorry you're taking too long.
But also, like, polygamy doesn't have to be a threesome.
It doesn't.
You can have your people. She can have her people.
Nah, that's swinging.
No, that's a part of
Oh,
polygamy.
I don't
There's
do any of
different
that.
parts. Like we just
Nah,
talked about.
me personally, I don't like it. Like, if we're gonna do that, we should just have like separate. You should be with someone that likes that lifestyle.
Right.
Me, I don't prefer that lifestyle.
Maybe even a part of that, you have sex clubs, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, sex clubs is crazy.
And there's also, like you said, there could be some swinging situations.
I was looking at the correct definition of polygamy.
Right.
Polygamy is the practice of having more than one spouse at a time. It is illegal in all 50 states and considered a crime.
It's legal or illegal?
Illegal.
Even in Utah?
Why Utah?
Because
everything illegal.
Mormons believe in
Yes,
multiple.
technically.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Because if you think that show, he's
Well,
only
you
married.
laugh, I'm serious.
He's only married to one woman, but he's
But
like
yeah,
life
multiple.
partners with the other, and he had to divorce the first wife and marry Robin so that he could adopt her kids. And I remember it was like a whole thing.
Oh, that's crazy.
He divorced Mary and then married Robin.
You watch that stuff?
I used to.
Okay.
Yeah. No judgment here. Do your thing.
Yeah, not for real. All right, but what were you about to ask though?
I was gonna ask, like, why do you guys think that it's such a popular topic, or it's almost like
People are
trendy
afraid.
now?
I
It
think
feels
people
like.
are afraid of like commitment, truly to
That's
one
what I
person.
think too.
And I think that like I don't know, man. It's like the more the world like turns, the weirder shit gets and more acceptable. Like if you talk long enough, you will like believe anything at this point. I
No,
don't
you
even-
gotta be able to stand on some values, though.
I don't think no one truly stands on the values like of like. I mean, you don't have to be traditional, but I think that anything is open to interpretation in our life now.
Well, I think polygamy
I
came
understand.
around because we live in a world, and this is me talking from living in like large cities. Like being in South Carolina, I think it's easy, or like a smaller city, it's easy just to date one person.
Yeah.
But when you live in Atlanta, let's say that
So
me
many
and my
options.
boyfriend moved to Atlanta, or me and my man, or I meet somebody in Atlanta, and he likes me, we get along, we vibe well, but he wasn't ready yet. He don't want to lose me yet. So it's like he makes me a commitment, letting me know like it's gonna be you, but I gotta see what else is out there. You can do it too. So it's like keeping his options safe, but trying to see what else is out there. But y'all came to an agreement so that she won't leave you. So honestly, it's selfish.
And I also think there's that part, but then there's also people, kind of what I was saying the other week, are disappointed in what they find out there. I can't get everything from just this one person, so I need multiple people to supplement what my needs are. But listen though, because this was like the conversation on the Breakfast Club with AJ Johnson. Remember I was telling you about that too?
What's going on?
Remember I was telling you about that? So
Yeah.
I'm gonna play this clip right here so that we can kind of listen.
Since I've been exposed to different cultures and different religious and spirit practices around the world, my thing is I haven't found a lot of men in America who are really appealing to me spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally. So my thing is I've got the athlete that I hang out with, I've got the spirit that I pray with, I've got the person that's at risk. So it's more lifestyle than it is the sexual connection for me. It's more like I'm not in a relationship, so I have more than one man I spend time with. So whatever you don't get over here, you can get here. Yeah. Now my soul is actually monogamous.
What?
Because I can't.
Because you can't find it.
That sounds like she just don't.
She afraid of commitment.
No, it's not like we ain't going steady. We just messing around. Let's
Listen
figure
to a
it
whole lot of
out.
Rocco.
She was
That's all that
dating.
is. Hold on, is it Rocco that sang that song? We ain't going steady. We just fucking around. Yeah, that's her all day. What's going on?
Y'all are so tall.
I'm so sorry, come here to me, so I'm loud. Hey, y'all.
No, you're good. Goddamn, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, man, I feel like everybody's just afraid of commitment. That's really where it stems from.
Are they afraid of
I don't think
commitment
that's
because they
what
think
she's
they're
saying,
losing
though.
something, or because they think that something better's out there?
I think it could be a little bit of that. They think that something's better out there, but I don't think that's what she's saying. What she's saying is, I can't get all the things that I want out of this
that's
one
what
person.
we're talking
So
about.
I'm trying to find
But you're
somebody
never-
that can supplement all of my needs.
But
And
that's
I
just
can't
greedy.
do that
That's
right now.
greedy. I think at that point
That's
that's
not
greedy.
greedy.
Because like, do you believe in the 80-20 rule? All right, so the 80-20 rule is
It's
like.
about in Tyler Perry when he was like, you leave.
Yeah, but I think that's real. Like,
I
you
think so
usually
too.
leave the person with 80% for the 20%.
I agree.
Because 20% is
Sometimes.
enticing. It's cool. But in the end, when you end up with 20%, you realize you're only getting 20% of what you really need or what you want.
I do think that one person can't supplement all of your needs,
Yeah.
but I think they can do the majority, like you said, so 80% of that,
Yeah.
right? But right now, what she's saying is, I can't find 80% of that, so I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here.
But I feel like it also matters if you care more about the 80 or the 20, and stick with me now. So I feel like with the 80 and the 20, I'll use Future for example. Future is definitely the 20%. Future got money. He gonna pay for you stuff. He gonna do this. He can supply. That's good for somebody is okay with that
Yeah,
20%.
right.
But the 80% of what he's not giving you, the cheating, the lying, not showing up, like all of that. So it's like, the 80 could be good, but sometimes the 20 is good, just depending on who you're talking to.
Depending on where you are in your life.
Right, and
Yeah.
what you want. Yeah.
Like for me, I need the 80 over the 20. Like as much as I play around and like say like, oh, my bills paid, like I'm gonna be with the 80% and have to talk about that before I deal with the 20%.
But that 20%.
No, I mean I wanted all of it. I wanted 100%. It was kind of like what I wanted 100%, but then you realize like, okay, everybody ain't perfect.
Yeah.
I had to decrease, but I never was like, oh, I'll take 20 over 80. It was like, okay, I'm more realistic.
Some people be dating somebody, they don't even know they got the 20, because at first, they will act like they're
first they have
giving
90.
that 80,
Yeah.
and that shit just start to
Feel
decrease.
like they got the whole 100, and then they're like, yeah, I got it now.
Bingo.
And I don't even think it's a bad thing to say 80 and 20, because if I have to talk about my 20%, we're talking about I can cook. That could be, somebody could deduct that from my
Oh, that's definitely
Yeah.
deduction.
People are
for me.
deducting
That
it.
is a love language for me.
So at 80 and 20% isn't always like the most negative things. Like I don't cook. I'm not a good cook.
But
I'm
the
just
funny
not.
thing
So that's
is,
part of
like,
mine.
I don't care if a woman cooks because I like to cook. So it's like,
That's not
Y'all
20%
gonna check out
either.
the
that's
Cam.
not something for me.
So my
People like
percentage
that.
might be 90% for you, but to
That's
somebody
okay.
else it might be 70, and I'm missing 30%.
Yeah.
So it just depends. Do you care about my 70% everything else that I have, or is that 30% of me not cooking? Is that just like, But you'd rather be with a chef who doesn't have my 70.
Bingo.
Which one you
But
want?
it's also like, what are your non-negotiables? Again, going back to what do you value? What are the things that you're like, I am not negotiating these things. These are things that I have to have in order to survive this relationship.
But what I will say, you can't be Spider-Man and Superman. You can't be 100% everybody.
All right, I like that
Took
Drake
from you.
plug.
I
Drake
took
plug. There we go.
I took that from you.
There we go.
But realistically, let's talk about this. How do you expect to be with a man that's like making all this money, Like you literally said that you dated lawyers that make buku. These men are busy. They're working like 80, sometimes like 80, 90 hours a week. They're going to expect to like have food. Now, you don't have to cook per se, but if you're not cooking, you should at least provide like food for them. So
no, wait. Before you answer this, I want to say this too. Are you done? Where you going?
I ain't even asked the question.
Oh, ask the question. My fault. I missed that.
We just don't want to let you finish.
That's what I'm saying. They don't want women to
The
speak.
girls' room.
I thought you were asking me. Go ahead, my fault.
Nah, so the real question is, like, what would you provide for a man if you're not cooking, but he's hungry?
Okay, so let me ask this question too to go along with this,
Cool.
because I was just talking about this with somebody the other day too. He's saying that now, you knowing that you're not going to give him home cooked meals when he probably wants that here and there, right? I think this is where polygamy comes into play, because he might want to get that from somewhere else.
Nah,
Some of those other percentages, right, or things. It could be physical acts or things like that. It could be sexual acts. It could be other things, right? So what do you do?
Okay, so I'm gonna answer the question, but throwing it back to you and even you. When do you expect for a woman to start doing these qualities?
Good question.
And then I'm gonna answer the question.
This is, I feel like at this point, it's like, I feel like I'm the oppressed like person in the room.
When do you expect for?
No.
This is how black men are right now. Just playing the victim.
Literally,
because
he started with me.
Yeah,
and
this is black men right
So
now.
what was the question again? When do I expect?
I heard you guys, and I'm gonna
All
answer
right,
it.
so no, I'm gonna answer the question.
Okay.
So like, so when I'm like going on a date with someone, right? At that point, I'm not expecting them to like cook for me, whatever. Like, it's kind of like a natural progression. I'm looking at our conversation to see if we actually are compatible in like the things that not even like the things that we like, but can we hold a conversation? Like, what are your values? What are the things that you like? So I'm trying to learn who you are, but I don't know your mannerisms yet. So I think it's very subjective to like answer that question, because it could be like when with me, you could hit it off like that. So if we start hitting it off, like there's been moments where I've been in relationships where we hit it off really fast, and then we're like going to each other's like room and houses and stuff like that. We're playing house, and there's been moments where we've slow rolled it, and then it took about 6 months to a year to like for us to like really do that natural progression. So it really depends, but I do think that when it starts to show, I'm looking to see like, okay, is she nurturing? Is she like, does she cook? Okay, she don't cook, cool, I cook. But if I cook, are you gonna be one to like be a teammate and like wash the dishes? You feel me? So it just varies. Like if like I'm not expecting you the first time I come over, you come over to my house, like I cook for you to like see, okay, I'm testing her to see if she's gonna wash these dishes.
Right.
Nah, if that's what you do, it's cool. Like, oh damn, that's a plus. If you don't do it, it's like, okay, like this is my house. I don't expect her to do that. Now, if you get to the point where you leaving toothbrushes at my crib, all right, like if I'm cooking and you just like come over here and sit down after you eat, I'm like, all right,
discussion.
Okay, like I might even have a discussion. I'll be like, okay, that's a mental note of like whatever. Now, if I like, I'll say something to you about it, but then it's like I'm not expecting you to. But if it's not in you, it's just not in you.
You're expecting her to cook.
I'm not expecting.
But if she
to
leave a toothbrush at your
now,
house,
I'm not
you gotta
expecting her
like
to cook. I cook. I like to cook. But like I'm saying, like
So
I don't
what
have.
her to do? Like what are you expecting?
I don't. But I'm gonna tell you, like I don't have expectations. I want a woman to like really live like in her natural being. So if you're a nurturer, be a nurturer. If you're not a nurturer, don't be a nurturer. But that means that however you act, there is going to be a reaction to what you don't do.
Yeah.
Just like if I don't do something that you like, I don't expect you to try to build me up to be the man that you want. Like if you leave and I'm like, yo, what's up? You're like, well, I just noticed some things that we're just incompatible. I'm not going to change for you. It's just who I am, in nature. So.
Well, that's another conversation, and we can table that. But I was gonna say, like, what are you willing to change, and what are you not? So that kind of gets into my point of how I'm gonna answer y'all's question. So we talked about the 80-20 rule, and I talked about like being 100%. I'm starting at 0%. I don't want no kids. I don't want to be married. I don't cook. I don't do nothing when I meet you. When we go on our first date, we're literally getting to know each other. What do you do? Like, what do you like to do? Where do you go? As I'm meeting you, I'm going to open up more because my dreams are special to me. And the things that I want are special to me. Do I want kids?
And I believe in it.
Do I want kids? Ideally, yes.
I believe in the evil eye. You shouldn't tell everybody your aspirations.
That part, and it's like, also, I'm one of those people where I was never one of those people that was like, I got 3 kids in a marriage. I would like to have a child, yes, but I don't desire and like dream of it or whatever. It's not like my last dying wish to do that.
Yeah.
So I don't put my all, like I don't put like.
It's not your calling
No,
in life.
but let's say, so when I go on a date, my first date was somebody, I don't know you. You want kids? Mm-hmm. The more I meet you, 3 months later, you want kids? I want your kid.
I want your kid.
Now that's how, do I want to be married? I want to marry
That's
you.
very interesting you said that.
So whenever you say, so my first dates, do you cook? Nope. But guess what? Dang, this man cook. He kind of really, I need to learn how to cook. Okay. I'm not opposed to learning how to.
You said that.
I'm not opposed.
Yes.
If I have 80% and I've noticed my 20% is very important, so I'm not gonna let no other woman cook better for my man, have sex better, man, give head better than my man, especially if he's a good man. But I'm not coming out the gate cooking you lobster and steak and all that. But once you take a couple steps, I'm gonna come here, and then you go here, I'm gonna go here, and then I'm starting to see what's important to you because again, we're getting to know each other. So, what's your favorite meal?
Tacos.
I mean, I can cook that,
That's
but
simple.
let's say I want fajita. You want fajita? Let's say.
Hold on. How do you make tacos? Because now you're going.
Now you better be a chef. No, we're not going there.
All right,
Let's
my
stay on
fault.
brand.
Go ahead.
So okay, let's say my man likes a good.
I was about to go off tangent.
He was. Let's say my man like good southern like fried chicken, collard greens, pinto beans.
You gonna figure it out.
I don't know how to do all that. But guess what? We are going to go see your family and your mom's cooking. If I want to be a part of your family and that your mom is eventually going to be mine, I'm going to go to her and say, listen, I need you to teach me how to cook this man food because I don't know how to do it. And that's me coming at it humbly. But if you're not doing anything, not providing, not showing up, I'm not finna learn nothing for you. And it's the same way that if you're doing something I'm not liking, you should be doing the same thing. If I'm giving you what you need and you see that I'm trying, or this has actually happened to me before. I remember I was dating this guy and I love me an air fryer and I was like,
Do better.
You can really make some gas
You
in your air fryer.
could, but I'm just saying you gotta mix it up a little bit.
You really do.
I thought I was so infatuated. I thought he was so. And Shaw got to talking. I said, yeah, come over. I'm a cook. I said, I can't cook. I had some steaks. And he was like, where the steaks? I was like, oh, I'm about to put them in the air fryer. He said, you what? I was like, yeah, steaks can go in the air fryer. And he was like, no, they can.
They can, but that's
Yeah.
not ideal place.
You don't even
But
get
that's
a
what
good sear on them.
But that's what I'm saying though.
But what I'm saying is that he was like, so this was literally our second date. And he was like, I'm going to show you how to cook steak. And I respected that. Because I'm not ashamed that I don't be cooking. Can I cook? I can survive. I can make eggs, bacon. I can cook things. Yeah, I can't throw that. Can I make fried chicken, collard greens? I ain't even gonna hold. I mean, if I tried, sure, but like I'm not confident in it. But whenever I date men, I tell them up front, like I don't cook, and either they'll say I can teach you how to cook, or I like to cook, or we'll cook together, and I can show you eventually. And I'm open to that. So it's not that I'm not open.
All right, so let's pause there because I'm gonna go on a little tangent. So you've been with men that can cook, that have like tried to teach you how to cook, and y'all still can't cook.
I mean, that's not that I can cook, but I don't feel I can't throw down if that makes sense.
All right, what's throw down? Like a whole like Sunday dinner?
Yeah, like I don't feel I can't make no macaroni.
But she just said if she met somebody, she'd be willing to learn those skills. That's what I'm saying.
She met multiple people that tried to like cook with her.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What she is saying is if there's somebody that she meets,
she's willing to make those changes.
She's willing to make those changes. And that's what it comes down to.
I'm willing to learn. I just have I can cook well enough for myself because all I have is myself.
Right.
But I haven't met anybody that entices me to want to learn to cook more delicacies. I can cook, but I can eat tacos every single day, and it's fine.
You cook for you.
I cook for me.
Yeah.
But if I meet a man that makes me love him and actually does for me and makes me want to learn how to cook more than out of my repertoire, I'm open to learn. Whether he wants to teach me, I got to do a cooking class, I got to get on TikTok, or I have to ask somebody, I'm going to do what I have to do. So it's not that I won't, but I also date men who are, which is a bad thing and a good thing, but they're like me. So I enjoy going to happy hour, cocktail bars, restaurants, and I date men that also like doing the same thing. It's not that they don't cook, but like a lot of times we go out on dates. Yeah. So we try places. So I don't really date men that's like, yeah, I gotta have 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, my bags.
All right, that's insane.
I don't come across that. Yeah. But I come with guys that like to go to fine dining or like to go to cocktail bars or like to go explore. Mm-hmm. So I haven't really been forced to cook, but I feel like that's all in getting to know somebody and what they like to do. Because the same way I said I was talking to that Nigerian man, he laid it out. You need to do this, and that, and I was like,
can't do that.
Can't do that.
But that
ain't even me. And at the time, he was nobody that I was like, I'm gonna learn from you.
Right.
But yeah, so when I say what I'm not gonna do, it's ideally, but I haven't met anybody to take me out of that context.
It's almost like you haven't. All right, no, keep going. Go ahead. What were you about to ask?
No, I'm just saying, like, I totally get what she's saying. Because until you meet somebody that's worth making those changes for, you're not going to do it. You do things for people you want to do them for at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, I've talked about this before. Like, I also didn't cook. Didn't care to. Now, I love to eat. Yeah. But I would date people that could cook. So when, like, just, you know, recently, the relationship that I'm in, she could cook very well. But she was also like, I'm not about to cook for you every day, so I'm going to need you to learn.
Turn to the right a little bit. No, the other right.
No.
The KG?
Hey.
Anyway,
Anyway,
and I was like,
listen, can y'all stay on task, please?
you dating her, so it's a tattoo.
Huh? No, I don't have no tattoo.
Tell my names.
That's crazy.
Oh, I know.
I would never do that.
Tell my
I would never do that.
names.
All right, so anyway, back to what I was saying. In a relationship now, she's like, I'm not about to cook every day, so you have to at least do one day. I'm like, okay, I can figure that out. So you know what I did? I got on TikTok and started.
TikTok is really like
they got some good
YouTube
recipes
for like 30 seconds.
Exactly. So, you know, I mean, I could already, like you said, do enough for myself because I just got myself. But now it's like, okay, if we, you know, hanging out at each other's cribs or whatever, like, okay,
Like, it's fine for me to make a quick little salad, like, but I mean, I can survive. I can cook for me, but it's also learning what that person likes because my mom is married to a Jamaican man. She knows how to cook, but she don't know how to cook Jamaican. So to him, she might not cook. Because I'll tell you what, they actually cook two separate meals. They have different taste palettes. So
yeah, that's a good point.
I can. So to another man, I probably can cook because I can cook the basics. I can cook a good breakfast. Like I can cook French toast and pancakes. Like
depends on their standards.
I can make grits. So it just depends on your standards. But when you go into like, can you make a ratatouille and you know,
I
I
ain't
ain't
doing
doing all
that.
that.
I can do some pretty good things.
It's really funny that you say like you come in with 0%. Because I'm very much one that's like, I'm an open book. So if you ask a question, I'll answer the question.
I think that's different than being 0% though.
How is that though?
She's saying from an action standpoint. You're talking about from
like conversational, but also like I come in like with me. Like,
so you just go full fledged from
jump? No, I don't go full. Like when I say full fledged, I'm not like fully in love, but I am who I am. So like if we have a really good conversation, I will make you an associate. Like I really look at relationships as like friendships initially, and then it gets romantic.
Right.
Like I don't look into like romance before I can see this person being like someone I really have an attachment with. So as we become friends, I'm giving you everything. Your water will get cut off as you do things. I feel like okay, that's weird.
Right.
Like why are you moving sideways?
Yeah.
So I think that could also be a disconnect for like some men and women.
Yeah,
but like
reverse that.
Hold on, that could be the disconnect because like if there's a woman coming in like with like 0%, but there's a man that's coming in like, yo, I'm being authentically me.
Yeah.
Aren't you courting me? Why am I coming 100%?
That statement was a bit defensive.
But I don't feel like when I say 0%, like I don't owe anything to you.
You don't owe anything.
I asked me on the date. You asked me. You need to come your full self because you are trying to impress me so that I want to keep talking to you.
Well, that's why I will say you gotta meet me halfway though.
Yeah, I will say it.
I'm still nice.
No, one thing I will say, a hit dog will holler. But what I also would say on top of that is that like, yes, I'm courting you, but also like, you have to intrigue me just as much as I have to intrigue you.
You already intrigued you.
No. You think your looks are enough. Your looks are not enough.
I didn't say that.
No. All right. Some women think that their looks are enough and like, all right, look, we have the conversation, we talk, you come, you eat, and then I have to present my like resume to you. No, it should be mutual where we're having a conversation. Like if I go on a date and I don't feel like she's giving me like the conversation, and it's almost like she's here to like grace my presence. All right, don't even worry about it.
Well, a lot of men don't ask questions, and that's just in general.
Really?
Like, you know, like, for example, how they make the running joke, like, if you go hang out with your homeboys and you come back and you talking with your girl and it's like, oh, such and such getting a divorce. Why? I don't know. What's they kidding? I don't know. Like, men don't ask questions. I've noticed that on dates. So it's like, I'm not going to volunteer. Yes, I want to have 3 kids and do this and do that. But if you ask me, do you ever want kids? Then I'll answer.
You already said you said no. You say no at the beginning.
It depends on how you ask. Like, it just depends.
What do you mean it depends?
So, I'm trying to think of how to word it. Like, I kind of like how I said, like, do I desire kids? No. Do I desire marriage? No.
But with the right person.
But with the right person. So it's a deeper conversation, kind of like how we had, like, on the surface, do I want kids? No.
So a man's a fish.
So listen.
A man has to I have to feel comfortable telling you how I feel about it and make sure that you have the mental capacity to understand what I'm saying.
Listen.
It's not that I don't want kids, but I don't know if I want your kids.
The great philosopher Wale once said, I can admire your body, but your mind is much deeper. And I found me a keeper and I found me a winner.
Everybody can't know you, man.
What we eat for dinner. That's what I'm saying, bro. If you guys can hold conversation, that's the thing. Some people can't hold conversation. So that's why the dating pool seems so trash, because you don't really find that connection or chemistry. Those two things are different.
That's so
right?
interesting.
So for you, you're a talker. Like you can carry yourself in the room, but all dudes aren't like that. It's more what she's talking about.
Really?
Guys do not be asking questions.
I mean, I don't date dudes, but I'm just saying from what the girls tell me.
Yeah, no, they.
I hang out with a bunch of straight people. I don't really hang out with gay people, so I can only talk about. I know the sounds
More men or women? Like gay men or gay women?
No, I hang out with more. Like all my friends are straight. Most of them.
I mean, straight men or straight women. Sorry.
Both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah.
Like my closest friends, they all straight. I got a couple that's gay, like literally two.
You have gay guy friends?
No.
I was about to say you don't hear
I
that.
don't like. I shouldn't say I don't
But
like.
I'm
Let's not go there.
like,
It's not with me here. I gotta.
It's
an acquired.
Let me get my laptop to show my rainbow. But I respect gay people for sure. No, I do. But also with kind of something that you had said.
You do that every time.
I don't know how to word it, but I'm gonna explain it. Men are not my friends. I have a couple of male friends, but when you say we need to be friends, you are not my friend because I take friendship very seriously. Like if you are my friend, you can be my friend forever. Like I don't really lose friendship. So for me, if I date you and we were together once, I know what I felt for you and I know we did. Once I married you, so I feel like and I don't like calling somebody a friend that I know has an expiration date. So it's hard for me to be like, you're my friend because I take friendship like that. So, but I know if I date you, I can't be your friend no more.
Well, I say yes and no with that. Like, for the most part, I'm gonna say no, you can't be friends with your ex. But like, once you've dated somebody for a long time, right? You've initially built it on friendship. Like, if you started out as friends, right, and then you tiptoed that line, or you fully crossed that line of a romantic thing, then when it's all said and done and you guys are finished, I think at some it won't be the same. It won't be the same, but it can still exist. Is what I'm saying.
It can exist, but I'm not your friend.
With boundaries, you gotta understand.
That's so. All right, so with the person that you're dating now, right? If she was still friends with an ex,
she has it.
What kind of friends? Like, are they texting, calling each other, FaceTime?
No.
Because listen, I wasn't okay with it because I felt like, and we've had this conversation, that boundaries could have been set more on his side of like, hey, let's put this guy in check with certain situations, right? Yeah. So once we had more conversation around it, because she felt the same way like on my end. Like, we both got out of 5.5-year relationships, right? Now, granted, that was like 1.5 years before we met, like when those ended, right? Mm-hmm. But still, we were still friends with them because of the time, and we were friends with them first, right, before even dating. Does that make sense?
And I agree, because I've been through situations like that.
But having conversation around like setting those boundaries and understanding like how each one feels, like you move accordingly and make those adjustments. Like, I don't have a need to be their friend. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's what I told her. Like, I don't have a need to still be friends with them. Like, we can be cool, sure, but like, I'm not about to be talking to you every week. I don't ever text or call them, nothing.
Like,
you know
cool and friends is different.
If they hit me up, then I'll respond here and there. But sometimes I don't at all, right? And I haven't heard from them I don't know how long now. But it's like, just having those conversations, just being on the same page, and then I think that's where that trust builds too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Me
and any guy I've ever like talked to, we don't talk anymore or whatever, like, I don't classify them as friends. We still follow each other on social media. Like, there was a guy that I used to talk to back in college. Like, he dated a whole nother girl. Like, I responded to his story. I was like, you look like an Isley brother, because he had on an all-white suit. Like, we real jokey like that. Like, I honestly forget. Like, dang, I used to talk to you, but we're not friends, but like, we're cool. Yeah. If I see another guy that I used to talk to, hey, how you doing? What's up? But for me, I'm not going to disrespect my new man by being your friend. And I'm not going to disrespect your girl because it's very disrespectful. Because I'm not about to smile in your girl's face knowing how I feel, whatever.
Back in the day, I really have this thing, and it might be the misogyny in me, respectfully. I think that it's hard for men to be friends with a girl.
I agree.
I think
they don't have I do think it's hard for y'all to be friends with a girl.
This is why I say.
Wait, when did you date or just in general?
When did you date?
I think dating for sure.
Okay.
When did you date?
I think that once you've been inside of someone, like, you almost have this mindset of like, if I can hit it once, I can hit it twice. Yeah. And like,
I always say that.
I'm a firm believer in that. And like, there's been times where I've had like friendships. Well, I've had friendships where I know that if I wanted to, I could. And there's also been situations where I've been in relationships, and a woman has had like a guy friend, and I'm like, yo, I bet money if you hit him right now, say, yo, pull up.
He would do it.
He would do it. That's not a real friend. Like, there's a lot of guys out here that are not your friends. They're really just buying time until that nigga fucks up, and then he's gonna slide in.
That's fair.
Man, niggas are sleazy. Now, it's not just men. Women are too. But when it comes to like getting something, men will play the long game until they can get it.
Right. That's why at the end of the day, I don't care about
Not all of them.
Most of them.
But what
yeah,
I
I'm
would
talking
say-
about in those scenarios.
Yeah, in
like,
those scenarios,
they want to
yeah.
run it back. Or they feel like
I'm
they
not
lost
saying-
out, so
yeah.
they're like, oh, let me just keep trying.
I'm not saying it's all, but in most cases that I've seen, most guys are not your friend and just buying time.
Is it that deep though? Like to get you from one person that you gotta
Man,
fake
sometimes-
into all of this
sometimes-
for
some-
years
20,
and
some-
play on
Like sometimes you
hold.
develop that friendship. Sometimes you develop that friendships. I know for me, when I have friend girls, like whatever, like girls are like in this era of like life, girls are sleazy and mean. Like I've heard some stories. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, are you?
Are they sleeping at me or are they just
Yeah, I mean,
high
they
expectations
got-
and setting standards?
Did you learn? But that's another thing that I learned from Houston. South Carolina, all of my friends that I have a couple guy friends. They have never once tried me. I've never once tried. Like, we've always been just, like, locked in. Like, I've never had that experience where a guy tried to be my friend and tried to do that because they respect me, I respect them, and I definitely respect the women they're with. Like, my core guy friends, like, some are about to get married. Well, some are about to get engaged. Like, some are already married.
No, I said you were in the camera. I told you to sit.
Oh, that's it. But yeah, so I've always respected who they are. And then when I meet, like the same way when Jordan came in, it was like, hey, how are you? I'm Serena. Like, that's respect for her household. But I feel like a lot of women just don't have that. Or they're like, well, I was here first. I don't have to do that. And even with my male friends, once they bring a new woman around, I don't know what he want to eat. I hate it. He likes the old fashioned. Like, girl, if you don't move.
So you know boundaries.
Yes,
essentially.
because I was dating a guy and he had a friend girl and she was like, I need to cut your nails. I said, no, you don't. No, you don't. You might have used to do that, but
You know why she did that though? I really feel like that's power move. That's
That's what I think she's trying to. Yeah.
Like,
Yo,
do I know
that's a
more about my
power
guy friend? Yes, but I'm not about to try to sun you and be like, he likes tequila.
But I think that's how girls are
He likes
sometimes.
tequila.
Like, girl, you don't get out my face. That's where the sleaziness and disrespect comes from. But like, I just never overstepped
Hold on.
it.
So now I got a question. I know we're gonna jump ship a little bit. So I know you've seen the clip. I don't think you've seen it. I forgot to cook it up too. Jamal Woodford. So Biggie from the Notorious movie. He was on like some podcast and he was talking about dating like women outside his race. And he was saying that like he noticed that there was different values for women that were outside of the African American, I guess, diaspora, whatever you want to fucking call it.
So you're talking about a fat husband that probably can't get a woman that he would probably want to be with.
No, stop. No, that's not what you're not going to do. What you're not going to do is talk about the Tubi legend. What you're not going to do is talk about the Tubi legend.
Black women because they probably don't like him. Because if you think about those guys that like anime or like the different
You're not
quirky
gonna
kind of
talk
black
about
guys, they swear like a Childish Gambino type.
Oh.
They swear
swear
they
like
won't
no
date
black
black
women.
women because they think that we
There's-
won't like them.
Yeah,
but there are
women
people.
like,
What y'all not going to do is do this because literally we just found out today Quinta Brunson is
I think she was married to a
divorced.
white man.
Never knew
some
that
people
day in
do
my
that.
life.
I knew she was married. I didn't know she was married to a white man, but
Caught me off guard.
She also not out here talking about slamming black men.
All right.
She really be.
She
really
putting
be
them
bigging
on.
us up though. She really be big.
Exactly.
Like she not like that's what I'm saying. It's like I hear what he's saying, but I'm also looking at who you are. Like
I don't have anything to say about it.
because Childish Gambino is something similar, and it's like you just I know very beautiful girls, great girls that love anime and the type of things you do. You just think they won't like you. I've talked to a very fine guy who loves anime, and you could look and be like, you like anime? Like they're out there.
Your brother is literally a prime example. He had the best example of why he said that it's hard for him to date black women. Because like for what he does and what he likes,
What are you doing? What do you like?
he's a cowboy, essentially.
I literally live in Texas, and everybody's a cowboy, and they date white women. So next, I literally was at the rodeo was going on right now. And I was at the rodeo.
He not really a cowboy.
No, he's
not really a cowboy.
He's not a
I
cowboy.
was like, I mean,
He just wear the boots.
No, he wear the boots.
they do in
His pants
Texas,
and all.
like.
But I'm saying
No.
he just take what he can give, and I think for him it's more so like he has a lot of black friends he hangs with, like he hangs with any and everybody, but that's just always been his thing. So
Jordan.
I don't know. I think he's right.
I'll tell you later.
Like, bro.
My fault. Hey, cut that. Cut that.
Did you want to have a conversation right now about where she was?
I thought you were actually just going to be quiet about it, but don't even worry about it.
No, I'll tell you later.
As they can see you in the camera, like
Why like so?
Don't like her?
I really don't care. She was
Go
okay.
ahead, what you saying?
I don't even know now.
Talking about a cowboy and why he doesn't like black.
Oh yeah, like what his thing was like he takes what he's given, right? So it's a situation where yes, like there are a lot of cowboys in Texas. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of cowboys in other places other than Texas. But I think his thing is like where we are, where we grow up. I noticed that like women are attracted to a certain like culture. So I do think that it is harder for certain
Kind of culture. Because there's not one standard black guy. There's not one standard
I'm
black
not even
girl.
gonna lie.
Bingo.
I was a really good kid. If I didn't have like the personality I had
Right, I'm like,
and like light brown eyes, I don't think that it would have been easy for me to like have like the success I had.
Not necessarily, because I mean, you were still an attractive guy. You didn't really grow much past 13, but
What the fuck does that
you're a
mean?
little short.
you just
What
said
is your
height
height? Let's talk about it. What's your? Because the last guy
At
was
least 6'1".
the last guy was 6 foot.
No, 6'1" if you catch him on a good day, but
with shoes on.
6'2" is my happy medium.
So literally, my beauty stunted because I'm only 5'9". That's crazy.
He stopped growing after a while, child.
That is
He
crazy.
stopped growing. Like back in the day, he was that nigga. He was tall, but now I'm like, God damn, you kind of stopped.
I'm weak. It's okay. People
I'm not
say
doing
stuff.
this.
People try to call me short too. I feel like I'm a great
sure
size
that's
for a woman. All right.
It's okay. Somebody likes
Somebody
it.
love it.
Somebody loves
Somebody's
it.
gonna love it. But
I be getting played by some niggas, so am I winning?
Damn. All right, we've been on this.
I still pay my own
this,
bills, so don't listen to
this
me.
dating thing for a minute.
now.
Now.
We've been on this dating thing for a minute. So we're gonna wrap that up. Wrap it in a bun.
Man,
In a bow.
let's go ahead upload from the outlet, man. Let's step into off the grid, man.
We're gonna slide through this kind of quick.
Man, nah, but for real, like I know we have like a whole bunch of other shit to talk about, but I do want to kind of ask you a question because you did work for a sports team. You worked for San Francisco, worked for a sports team for a little bit. We don't know where, but how was that like experience?
It was a cool experience. I feel like the most helpful part of it is just having it on your resume.
Okay.
But the downside to that was that people just call you because you had it on your resume. Like they didn't really want to interview; they just wanted to know what it was like. But it's kind of like, I don't know, everything that glitters isn't gold. Like you used to hustle. Like it's not even about liking sports or whatever. It's just you don't get paid a lot. It's a hard experience. So like you have to really be dedicated to where you're working and care about them, because essentially NFL, NBA, all these teams are owned by billionaires and they literally control everything. Like the way that we feel about the government, how they're controlling things, imagine that on a smaller level.
Smaller scale.
So anything they say goes. If they say no DNI, no ERGs, and I'm not saying that the sports team did that, but if they say anything, oh, we're getting rid of this department, they can wake up one day and say, fire all the black people. They can do that. So that's just things you have to be ready for, and that happened. So when you think about like the trades that happen, they don't care. Like they bought you essentially.
They think they own
You,
you.
they do. They don't think they own anything. They do own you.
Yeah.
So
That's bad.
they don't. So if they, I'll use Luca. Luca was the money maker. If they'll trade him, what you think they'll do to a girl in accounting?
Right.
Like they'll get rid of you in a heartbeat.
Right. Because that's the whole thing. They didn't want to pay his Supermax.
Yeah. And he's the one making he's the one making it $1 million industry. If they'll get rid of the franchise player, they have no problem getting rid of the girl in HR, the person in marketing.
And that's what a lot of people are talking about. Like at that point, anybody is expendable. Like any superstar, really.
Yeah.
You know, any superstar, and then going all the way down to.
Do y'all think LeBron? LeBron might be the only one that's just not going anywhere. Like I don't.
Well, I think that's why it's important to probably negotiate a no trade clause, right? Because LeBron has that.
It's no trade clause, but also he's like a business. Like he's literally a businessman.
He is the NBA, so
He
it's kind of
is.
like he's not just Luka's not the NBA, but he was Dallas. But LeBron is the NBA.
He is the NBA.
Right. So I think it's a totally different conversation there, but man, that's crazy though.
I just wanted to ask that question before we really dove into like the.
Yeah, no, it's tough. Like, and you just gotta think about it. Like, if they don't care about the franchise players, think about how low you are on the totem pole.
That's a fact.
Yeah. And I guess like even with new ownership, so for example, the Celtics just sold for $6.1 billion this week, which is insane, and that made sports hit. I think it was sports history, maybe just NBA history.
Yeah, always
NBA
been sports
history.
history.
You might got to fact check me on that, but $6.1 billion.
Who had that?
Right.
Is it like a group or like one person? I assume it's like.
I think it was like a family, and I don't know, but I just saw that and I was like, that is crazy. But even when new ownership comes in, they want to do things their way. So you worry about that same situation. Now, obviously, they just won a championship last year, so I don't know how much they're going to shake it up. And this year, how they've been playing is up for debate. They're number 2 in the East right now.
Well, the trade deadline already passed, right?
It has,
so
yeah.
they can't do much.
But I mean, even in the off season though,
True.
you know. But a lot of those contracts are kind of locked in, but you never know where people are. Like I don't know where they're at with Porzingis, his contract, but if I'm them, I want to keep him because they play a totally different game when he's out there. So we'll see how they finish out though.
Injury prone, isn't it? He hasn't played.
Yeah,
like
he
full
can
season.
be injury
I
prone,
don't
but
know
when
what
he's
they-
there,
Oh, he's effective for sure.
very effective for that team and what they do. So
Do y'all think that Jason Tatum's gonna get any respect eventually?
No.
Why? Okay, so why do y'all feel like people hate him? Now I did see whenever he won the championship, like he was like taking everybody's like celebration, and people just don't like him. But he doesn't do
I don't think
anything.
that they don't like him. I think they like him and they respect his game. But at the end of the day,
I'm sorry, as a person.
No, he's light skinned and he's corny.
he barely talks. How's he corny?
I just think like his persona on like the court, like he doesn't talk. It just looks soft. Like there's nothing. Like
Yeah,
when you think about,
he played. I
That
think
man
people
is
see
at
him
work.
as
Do you
soft.
go to work and be? Well, you probably do, but do you go to work and talk? What's his name? Clocks in the
We'll
tank.
talk. John probably stuff a little bit.
Don. What's his name?
Donovan Mitchell.
I love Donovan Mitchell. That's my baby. No.
Coco Jones is his name.
No.
Although Coco.
What's his name?
yo, killed that. All right, go ahead.
Johnson. I think his name. How you pronounce it?
Jokic.
Jokic. Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jokic is wild.
You good? Take your time.
Context clues. We got it.
I keep that motherfucker.
Please.
He go to work and go home.
No, but he's European, so he would never be the face of the league.
Giannis go to work and go home.
He's European. He would never be the face.
But,
Why are we always
but
giving,
Giannis,
like-
in his press game conferences and stuff like that, he says
He's
little
still,
tidbits.
like, jokey,
You see
like,
his
funny.
personality. But Jason Tatum, he's very like business and whatever. But at the same time, he brings his kid around. You still see his personality through
I think
other
he's
He
areas.
got his mama at every game.
Right.
His
He's
girlfriend
the
LMA
family
is
guy.
at
He
So
games.
clean, like he should.
He gotta be out there like
He's
Draymond,
the
slapping
bomb.
niggas and putting niggas in headlocks.
No.
Say something.
LeBron
Curry,
is a clean cut guy. Is the face of the league. Same thing with Steph Curry.
Steph Curry was clean cut, face of the league, but
Family
also
guy as well.
he has the antics, like on the court with the Harlem Shake, the lyrics shooting, the sleeping, like looking away, like
It's a
there's
nice
certain
vibe,
things.
right?
It's very But
Okay,
it's
what
like,
about Damian Lillard? He raps, but he's kind of.
he has certain things to do. No, he does like Dame time.
Oh, okay.
Like they all
I
have.
thought you were saying
certain-
it's black.
I thought she was
Like, they all
I was
do.
like, what? I didn't
But
hear
also like he's also competing with another superstar, even though he doesn't average as much. Jaylen Brown is literally he got it Finals MVP.
That's
and
what I was
he's
about to
fucking genius.
If-
like, dude, like
if
teaches
Jason
MIT
Tatum-
classes.
If Jason Tatum would have
And
got,
his chick is like really like beautiful.
Nah, they broke up.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
say bro,
Yeah.
you can hear how she's been talking lately.
Child,
Anyway,
that's a beautiful. I'm just saying.
she's beautiful.
I don't like him, but I'll do it. I'll
She's
do it.
beautiful. She
You
give
don't
me
even
a little
like
bit
the
of
sister
mean girl though.
I don't care.
I'm
I'll
not
cook for
mad.
her. I'm short up 80%. I don't even like women.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, but I think Jason Tatum would have got more respect had he won the Finals MVP. I think it would be a different conversation where a little bit more. I'm not saying he would be the
I
face
think
of the
that
league, none of
summer- I think
but
that
I'm like
summer
Jaylen
sucked for
Brown.
him.
Jaylen Brown showed how tough he is, and I can get this done.
Yeah, I will say, Jason, if you ever see this, like I really love your game. Like I'm not trying to be rude. I do think that he had one of the worst summers like that any champion has ever had, as far as just
But to him,
winning,
he was like
not
a
winning
strict
Finals
rapper before
MVP,
that,
but
though.
then going to the Summer Olympics, and literally them sitting him on the bench and not really playing when he should have been on the court.
Should he have been on the court? They still
Yeah.
won without him, and I mean they were playing great.
There's never been a time where the finals, like the champion, like I've never seen it. Like the guy that literally willed you to a championship is like sitting on the bench.
He didn't will that team to a championship. Sometimes this is my thing with
That's
with
gotta
people
think who's
too.
on the team with. Like,
Just
Yeah,
because
he had a
you know,
great team.
things can't
He had a
be
great
given.
team.
Things can't be given. If Coach Kerr, who's one of the best coaches, right, the only coach to have 73-10 record, if he sees a vision for this team and how he wants to structure it offensively and defensively, and as time goes, you think that Jason Tatum will be a great fit, right? When they did the Olympic mini camp, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So they take him, right? But as time goes on, things happen where maybe he's not a good fit as you thought because the mini camp is so short. So now we're taking this time, we're practicing before, and then we go to the Olympics and just matchups and again how the team is structured and what the plan of attack is. If he doesn't fit that, he doesn't fit that. It's like the same thing in college or pro right now. If you don't fit the scheme, you know what you said? Your ass on that pie.
And
If
even
you
him
understand
making
that,
it to
stop thinking that things are given. Y'all gotta
Bro,
freaking work and
no,
have a
no,
wins
no,
mentality.
no,
At the end
no,
of the day,
no,
they
no,
still
no.
won. He had an
All right.
experience and it's made him better for this
I'm
year.
gonna let you cook.
I'm
But
just
let me
saying.
know when you're done.
Hold on,
No,
but even
because-
him making it to the Olympic team is
because-
still good
because,
because if you think about it, the 61 people get drafted. Even the 61st player is still the best player in the world.
So
So
what
him
we're
being
not-
there and not playing, it's not like he wasn't playing against freaking
What we're
a
not
bench
gonna
where he
do-
wasn't playing because LeBron is playing, Steph Curry is playing. Like we gotta look at who is above him,
That's what
and
I'm
it's like you gotta think about it. You're not gonna come into the
Come on
Olympics
now.
first string.
Come on now.
Now eventually LeBron is
on
gonna retire. Steph is gonna get a little older, and then Jason's gonna have his time. But I look at it as he's
So
sitting
this
back,
is
he's
why,
cooking.
literally, the reason why he's not the face of the league. Like literally,
It's not his time
no,
yet.
No. Let me finish. I'll let you two women talk. Let the man talk now.
I'm weak.
So this is the whole point I'm trying to make. This man is literally the MVP. Like he damn near could have been the MVP of the finals, but they gave it.
You know,
he
he
could have
played-
been.
Could have
From
been
a
there.
statistical standpoint, And did he make the plays he was supposed to make at times? No. Jaylen Brown had his back, and he did that. That's why he was the Finals MVP.
Without Jason
Just because he had 20
Tatum,
points a game is not efficient.
without Jason Tatum, they do not win.
I agree,
Period.
but he
no,
wasn't
no,
the
no,
MVP.
no. Without them, they do not win. He's not on that team. He wasn't on that Summer Olympics team because, he won. No, he earned that spot on the Olympics team. He should have played. He's a 6'10" wing that can play defense and can shoot.
So
Steve Kerr literally had the same type of player in Kevin Durant and won 2 championships with him.
But you're going so hard on how Steve Kerr did it.
So what
And
you're
they
saying
won.
is, so what you're saying, now I'm not mad about it, but I'm literally saying that he's not the face of the league and why he's not the face of the league. Y'all are proving my point as to why he's not the face of the league. If he was the face of the league, the guy would have been in the fucking starting 5 or the 6th man coming off the bench. The man barely played. And he's literally a rendition of KD, which Steve Kerr won 2. He's damn near, the guy is averaging 28, 9, and fucking 7 right now. Those are KD numbers.
Okay, but he's doing that because he's pissed off about how last season went. It's made him better. But at the same time, you're talking about he's 6'10", KD, blah, blah. All them dudes, they were playing.
You're talking about face of the league.
And
Just got here.
I agree with what you're saying about the face of the league part.
He
He's not
shouldn't be
going to
that.
be that because of how people perceive him. But what I'm saying is he's very skilled, yes. But in a scenario, because I'm looking at it from a coach perspective, because I coach. And if he doesn't fit the schemes and then the matchups don't make sense, then I'm not playing him when I got Kevin Durant and I got LeBron James. Who
I'm not gonna argue.
Okay, wait, what do y'all think about Ed Edwards?
No, I'm not gonna argue. But I'm
I wasn't
saying,
even gonna use that because they play different positions.
Well, I was gonna say Ed Edwards as far as like the face of the league thing because they were talking
He
about.
won't be the face of the league
He don't
because he
need
has
to
too
be.
much stuff going. He got too much dip on his chip right now.
He got a lot of kids.
He has a lot of dip on his chip.
They were, because I saw
But
the
I'm
argument on
saying
like
that
social
should be
media about
fine.
him, like how he
Listen.
could have been the face of the league and all of this, like who gonna take it over when LeBron?
They try
leaves?
to give it to Ja. Ja wanna
shoot
now.
niggas.
Yeah, they try to give it
Too, Levy Ja.
I really like Ant Edwards, but
He was just. You didn't think he was disrespectful?
but all
Obama?
those skill sets are different, though.
I'm the truth. Obama said, LeBron, get your boy.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
yeah, go ahead, cook.
No, I'm just saying like, those skill sets are different. Like Anthony Edwards and Jason Tatum is different. Like when you look at Anthony Edwards, you're like that's a dog. He's tough. He's gritty. Like he's
And
going to
he's
go get.
likable.
He's going to will his team to
He's
go get a
likable.
bucket, and you can count on him throughout a course of like. And he's showing at times. Even in the playoffs, he's young. He's still figuring out. Same thing with Jason Tatum. But I think that if it came down to the Olympics and they had to pick between Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, because they couldn't pick Jaylen Brown because all this stuff that he got
Yeah,
into,
with all
and
the
all
stuff he
of a
had
sudden
going on.
they were
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
take Jaylen Brown. If you're going to take
I'm
Drew Holiday,
I'm
I'm
talking
taking
about
Jaylen Brown.
I'm a
Bronny.
Jaylen Brown guy.
Talking about
I like-
LeBron not winning.
No, not the Bronny stuff. That has nothing to do with it. He's talking about
What's she talking about?
because Jaylen Brown made a
He don't-
comment
he
about.
don't like-
Oh no, that wasn't
No,
it.
that wasn't it. He was
Yeah,
saying stuff about
yeah.
Nike, which that's who they're sponsored.
Oh,
by.
they said that
Yeah.
he did say that he's the reason why he didn't do it, which
Yeah.
that situation was messed up.
Yeah, because
I do remember that.
I just think with that
He's
team,
very controversial with his takes. Like,
but with that team away,
But is he
structure, I'm taking
controversial?
Jaylen
It
Brown.
goes into the ownership thing that we were talking about. He can have a voice. Why can't he have a voice? But because he's owned by these billionaire owners, oh, sit down, boy, don't say nothing. He's not wrong.
Now he can't be on that platform.
Now he can't be on that platform, and he can't. How Jason Tatum got in, and how he said like, okay, it ain't your time right now. You got to sit. He don't get to be able to sit for a minute and be able to get on the team whenever Steph, LeBron, and all them leave because.
What he said.
And people can say stuff about Tyrese Haliburton because a lot of people are like, why the hell is he on the team? But he
Oh,
willed the
he was a
Pacers.
He was a great.
He willed the Pacers to where they are. But
Yeah,
now
he
look
barely
at this
played.
year, he's not even doing that great with the Pacers.
Yo, what's going on with him?
That's what I'm saying. But at the same time, you can go one or two ways. So for Jason Tatum, it made him better. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
But he's had too many moments where he just fluctuates in big moments within the playoffs.
How old is Jason Tatum? We also
So,
got to think about his
he's
age as
young.
well. Like
He's gonna
what
get-
he's doing,
26,
26, being on an Olympic team is amazing.
That's great.
Yeah, like
He's gonna get there.
I think like when I think of like being 26 on the team, like you have to think about like who we had like coming up. We had like D Wade.
Right.
We had guys
LeBron,
like
Melo.
LeBron. We had Melo. We had like.
yeah.
Well, that was
But that was a good name.
But like Gilbert
Great name.
Arenas,
Yeah, we really had like young guys that were like in that the same age as Jason Tatum. So there are high expectations for those guys that are now like literally our like GOATs are like in their 30s, 40 at this point. So we're expecting like when LeBron took over, when he won that championship with the Heat, then came in that year, I think it was 2012, and they had that like run like in the Olympics. That's when Kobe was damn near 40. Like we were expecting them to kind of phase out and for the young guys to step up. So that was kind of what I was expecting this year. Now the rhetoric, like in the media, was like, oh, they don't want to give him a chance. They don't want to give him a chance. But they were really struggling, like before they just say, you know what, fuck it, we're gonna depend on LeBron and
Talking boys in the community, exactly.
I understand why they didn't play Jason Tatum, but I do think that because the fact that they didn't need him lets me know this is why he's not the face of the league.
I think they thought that they could use him though. That's all I'm saying. And then as they got into the trenches, like he ain't really gonna be able
So
to
who do y'all think
make time? It's also they had 12 players
whenever LeBron's out?
It's too tough to say right now.
Do y'all think it'll
I
be?
think it's gonna be Kate Cunningham.
I hope it's Shea.
It ain't gonna be Shea.
Shea.
It could be. Shea played.
He's underrated. He actually
Like,
leads
Julius
the Thunder
Alexander
and
from the
steals.
Thunder?
Yeah.
I love him so much.
Yes.
I love you, Shaq.
Yes.
It could
He
be
might
Shea.
actually be top 3 in the West. Actually,
And he might be the most stylish guy in the league.
That's a
right
beautiful
now.
man.
He likes white women.
Oh,
For real?
Yeah, he's married to a white.
Mary.
But he's Canadian. That doesn't mean anything.
Also, Damian Lillard. I know you're single.
Chris Canadian. I'm like, well, he actually likes.
Nah,
But he made
literally,
that
Jordan literally
Yeah.
loves white girls.
Yeah.
I didn't
He's
know.
with one.
Yeah.
But I say, Cade. I like Cade. The way he's playing this year, I'm a little
I don't
early.
know that. I think it's too early
It's
for
early.
him because he's emerging right now. But I could see him kind of eventually get into that conversation. Same thing as like Apollo Benchero.
Yeah.
They're kind
And
of
Carroll.
there.
I have a question for y'all. Okay, so how you were talking about
Fuck the docket at this point.
y'all growing up, and then like the people now.
We gotta talk about March
We
Madness.
do, yeah.
Obviously, like this, like the education changed for you be able to go to the NBA, you used to be able to go out of high school. Now you can go out of college. Do you think that it's still like they should still be going to college to play ball first, or do you think they make better players coming straight out of high school and grooming them in the NBA?
No, I think they still need to go to college. I think they need that experience prior to going straight to the league. I think just from a maturity standpoint, personally, and then from
And
a
Edwards went
player,
to college. We see what he doing.
a player development.
And Edwards went to college.
No, but I mean, but also it could be not even just that, but it could also be from development, just like as a player too. You know what I mean? And so I think that's kind of where they worry. But at the same time, though, NBA teams do love getting younger guys. So like Dalton Connect, for example, that plays for the Lakers. Everybody was like, I don't know if I want to take him because he was seen old,
24,
which
25.
they were going to run into that a little bit more now with this NIL because you get 25 and you got people 26 right now.
Literally
playing
gonna
college
go to
basketball.
JUCO, play 2 years, and then
Yeah.
they still have their 4 years to play.
So I think, I mean, you could look at it a couple of different ways, but I don't know that they would go back to that. I think it's just going to be keep it at one and done.
So from a business perspective, I actually hate that athletes need to go to college first, and I hate it because you're being afforded, let's say, $60,000 for a free education. And then you're just going to leave after a year. So there was somebody else who knew they weren't going to go to the league, still a good player, and you took that spot from them
Yeah.
that could have used that spot. You knew he was going to leave a year later, but there's somebody who wants to play college ball. That's as far as they want to go. They want to be a finance manager or something. They can get a free scholarship, a free degree from Duke University, play really well, but they don't want to go to the league. Let these boys go to the league straight after high school. Give good college players that actually want to be college players and stop there. Let them do that.
But I will say this because I'm on your side, but also I've also seen where like there's a lot of nepotism with people taking those spots too. Like at certain like football teams and even basketball teams, there are guys that literally are on the teams for GPA boosting, but also there are guys
They
that
did
are
at
like,
Alabama.
Yeah, like it's at Clemson too.
Yeah.
Like there's also guys that are on the team because of like who know them, who like it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
But I do believe I was like, man, if those like there's some players like a LeBron or a like a Kobe, like if you can play in the league now, going to college won't help you develop. Like
So
I like the
are you
LaMelo
saying
Ball.
that- so it hasn't helped Cooper Flag.
The LaMelo Ball route is my favorite route. I think that's what they need to do.
I think.
Cooper Flag playing in college has helped him.
Why do you say?
Because a lot of people, when he was in high school, talked about his shooting kind of being just okay. Like that wasn't the first thing that they thought of. Like, how well he shot the ball. More so like getting to the rim. He could hit the pull up a little bit, but he had a knack for getting to the free throw line. He could, defend and stuff like that. But I think your development from defensive strategies and learning to be a professional basically because of the personnel that they're bringing in too. So going to film, nutrition, all these different things, you get that when you go to some of those schools like this. So in building his body. So I think that part has helped him. And now he's also become a better shooter too.
Okay. So I think, like I know like for football for sure, there's no way. Now Jeremiah Smith, literally, like I think that guy, like after playing with Ohio State this one year, he could go straight to the league after. I don't think it does. It hurts him more to stay in.
Yeah.
But with Cooper Flag, like the question I would ask you, would it make sense for him to play a year in G League where he's actually learning from college, like from pro like pro athletes learn from pro coaches. Like,
but they don't want to. They don't want to do that because of the money.
Yeah, but then again, when you think about the development, right? I feel like I'm wrong. I don't know because I never played like college basketball, but I'm speaking from a hypothetical, like, well, just from outside looking in. I believe or assume that there are habits that could be learned. I mean, there could be habits learned in G League and in the league, but there's also like a lot of coaches. What I've noticed, some coaches from what I noticed in college, they want you to run their system. Where like Calipari, like he really, I think a coach like Calipari, he wants you to go out there and figure out how to get a bucket. But there are some coaches where I feel like it could be detrimental for a kid to go to college because they want to play within the system.
I don't know, because even when you get to the NBA, you're playing within
the system.
Right. Everybody's not playing iso ball. It really depends on who you have. Now, granted, a lot of kids that Calipari had at Kentucky have gone on to have great careers in the league, but they also had to learn to play in a system. You know what I mean? So I think when you have a kid that goes to a Duke, UNC, sure.
A lot of their guys stay though.
Yeah.
In UNC.
So, or UConn. UConn's a great one because the offense that they play is a lot of how NBA teams are playing or some teams are trying to implement. So if you go there and the actions and things that they're running, not to get too basketball.
Castle's having a lot of success.
Exactly. Because the actions that he ran at UConn very similar to there. A lot of people like JJ Redick has taken a lot of what UConn ran and implements it now, and it's been so successful for their roster. So
that's right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to talk about men. Let's talk about women. So I'm curious of your aspect of the WNBA and how it's growing. I'm just
sorry to take the host right here, just taking it off.
Plugged in with Serena.
Right?
Go ahead.
But anyway, what's your take on? Because obviously I'm really excited about how women are taking over WNBA. They're not getting paid as much as they should. So what's your take on how it's growing? They're doing new teams, and how we're talking about like, oh, men go to college for a year, go here. How do you think the route should go for women to be able to go into the WNBA? How should they be getting paid? Like, what's the vision of how you see it going realistically and where you want it to go?
That's a great question. I mean, I like the way it's set up right now where they have to stay for 3 years in college. Only because...
Might as well stay for 4.
Well, a lot of them do. Because now they're making more money because of NIL. Right? But I do think that is helping... I do think that's helping the WNBA because the popularity that has come from all of these collegiate athletes, like the viewership, the attendance at games and stuff like that.
Dawn Staley did that.
Yes, she started that for sure. So it's continued to trend. And so now when these kids that we followed in college get to the WNBA, what do? We follow them. So now it's helped building more money or putting more money into those pockets. And so as Cam likes to always talk about, Caitlin Clark, right? So right now the Indiana Fever are going to have 41 of their 44 games on national TV. And a lot of teams are having to move the venues that they typically play in to bigger arenas to sell out because the demand is so high, right? So I think the same thing's gonna happen as Paige Beckers gets there, right? Especially when Juju gets there, you know, and just the other young people coming up, even Hannah Kadoglu when she gets there from Notre Dame. So I think it's trending in the right direction. I think Unrivaled has helped, although they don't want to say that. I think there's a little bit of beef there because people have seen the money and the investments and just the engagement that Unrivaled brought, that it's like, well, why isn't the WNBA doing this now? It's a bigger scale, obviously, more players, more teams, the travel, all that kind of stuff like that. But it can be done. There's something that, there could be a better plan in place. So I think it's trending in the right direction. It's going to take time.
So what do you think that Leslie, Skylar Diggins, like the old school, what did they do? Not wrong, but what could they have done more to build WNBA to where it is now, like the things that Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark and all of them did, like putting it in the spotlight?
I think it's hard because they just didn't have the resources to, like right now social media is huge. And when they were coming up, social media wasn't as big. I think when Skylar Diggins was coming, when Skylar Diggins was coming up, it was she kind of started a lot of that.
She was just really pretty. It was the first basketball.
Time out. Let me tell y'all who put her on. Drake. When Drake was really mentioned to Skylar Diggins, everybody was like, "Oh wait, who is this girl?"
She's a beautiful girl that played basketball.
Like, don't get me wrong, she was good at Notre Dame, right? And people were already like, if you were watching it, like you knew her already. But when he started talking about it, all the dudes were like, "Wait a minute, some fine girls in college or whatever," right? So then they start kind of going over and following and stuff like that. So I think, for them, if Lisa Leslie, Don Staley, Tina Thompson, Cynthia Cooper, all these great people, even Diana Taurasi Super, they have more social media back then, it would be a totally different ballgame.
Another thing I think that they're doing, like we were just talking about Kaiser, freaking beautiful.
I'll wait my turn, but go ahead.
Thanks. Oh yeah, Kaiser, freaking beautiful. I think that's another thing that they did that made it to where they made the W. Because again, before they started coming out, you thought to yourself like, oh, gay, like manly women. Like even my brother would be like, oh, my daughter playing basketball. Like, but now Kaiser's freaking beautiful. Like all the Angel Rice, excuse me, they be out. You know what I'm talking about.
Now you a country girl.
Rice. Free. But anyway, they're basketball players, but they're fashionistas.
Right.
They
That's
going
what I'm
out.
about to
They're
say,
doing
yeah.
this. Don Staley and all them weren't doing that. They were basketball players.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yes, DJ.
They were
Respectfully.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's shooting in the right direction.
But the thing that pisses me off, and because I care about business, is I did not like the fact that WNBA players are not getting brand deals, but you're giving the brand deals that they should be giving to the men. Like I can't remember who it was that got the football player. He went first round. I can't remember his name right now.
Williams.
Got nail polish.
Right. A lot of people talk about that. Yeah. I do think though that is going to change, and I think it helped because of Unrivaled. A lot of like Sephora was sponsoring Unrivaled. Obviously Kim Kardashian has come on with Skims, and so she has some certain athletes that she's backing and stuff like that. So I think more people are going to start doing that because of the viewership that they're getting and just how much they're being highlighted, and they're speaking up more for themselves now. But they can do that because they can put themselves in front of.
But it's
cameras
also
on their
sad
own.
that, for example, Angel Reese love everything that she's doing, but Avery's got a lot of jobs. It's
does.
sad that like
Yeah, she has to do a lot.
she was really saying like the WNBA does not pay my bills, it's everything else.
Yeah.
And for what they were flying on commercial airlines with the rest of the beach.
Yeah, but we kind of talked about this last week. I feel like the money is not there. It's going to take time for the money to come.
Like, what, 85%? That's not a lot.
It's like 76
Yeah,
million. It's
it's
like
not.
76,000. Yeah.
It's like somewhere in the 8, it's like not a lot.
The money's not there, and I feel like we was talking about this last week. I think that Caitlin Clark, respectfully, or Juju, maybe even Paige, may be the first $1 million like contracts in the league, just because of like the popularity that's growing. But
It won't be paid yet.
It won't be Paige yet.
Where's
but I think-
Asia Wilson at?
Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson, from a contract perspective, probably makes more than anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
she
the
got
face of the
the-
WNBA now.
But
Yeah.
she's
Well,
still not making
yeah.
more than like a practice squad player on like an NFL team. Like,
What,
it's like
NFL
30,
team?
like they're making like 36.
36 what?
Yeah.
No, 360,000.
1,000.
Yeah.
Hers is pretty. It's
How much she gonna get
Nah,
out of
So
this?
I think she's the highest paid because, like I said, the Vegas also has a lot of money behind it, so there's a little bit of extra. But yeah, I just think it's going to depend on franchises and
300,000.
ownership.
Where's she at?
200,000 for a 2-year contract, which again, not knocking salaries, that's a good salary, but like there's people that work at 9 to 5 making that.
Right.
Like
But she
working
also-
way less for making $200,000 doing everything you're doing, or making 180 to go home and go like.
But then, if you think about it, like if the league hasn't been profitable since the like beginning, then like, how can you fund these?
Was it not profitable? Or were they not making it
Well,
profitable?
what they
No, they haven't been in the profit since it's like started.
Well, what they're saying is the way that the players want to be compensated, because they know it can't come from the franchise.
Can't come from the franchise.
Is like give us the money or some type of percentage off of our jersey and merch sales.
It's tough, but because like, all right,
But they
then
want
that's-
that kickback for the franchise, so it's gonna be hard. But that's the
Yeah.
things that they're trying to negotiate right now with the CBA.
Because they're
Yeah.
I own you, so I own your name and I own your
I was about to
jersey.
say, if they do that and they figure that out, it would ruin like sports in general. It would really put the sports in the hands of the players, not just for women's basketball, but men's basketball. They're already making a killing.
Well, they're already doing that with.
But like
everything else.
it would also like for the NFL, because NFL contracts are not guaranteed for the most part. Then it would be like soccer. Then like it would start something with like women's like
Baseball.
soccer, softball, baseball.
Yeah.
I mean their money's already guaranteed already too.
Baseball, I would never hear them complain.
They don't.
Because they get paid
Paid.
better than anybody.
They
Like,
get paid.
if I had a son tomorrow, I'm putting him in baseball.
Yeah, I said
I don't
that.
even
Or
like to
or
watch it.
soccer.
Yeah, listen
Soccer.
to the person.
They don't complain about their money either.
Right.
Men's soccer. Oh my god.
They don't.
All right, real quick, we better wrap this thing up. Y'all tell me who y'all think is gonna be in the Final Four or winning the championship in the men's and women's, and then we'll get out of here
I
for
can
March
tell you,
Madness.
I have
I'm gonna let you go
my
first.
bracket.
So Final Four for the men, I think I had Duke, Florida, Auburn. Duke, Florida, Auburn, is that right? Nah, I didn't have all them number ones. I don't know, man. I got Florida winning though, and then the women's South Carolina for shit show. And I think in the Final Four for that, I had South Carolina, Notre Dame, UCLA, and I want to say Southern Cal. Oh no, I had UConn. UConn, UCLA, Notre Dame and South Carolina, but I got South Carolina and UConn playing in the championship, South Carolina taking it home.
I had
Back
my
to
draft,
court
and I'm like, dang, because I have South Carolina winning, of course, and I had LSU, the other USC, in Texas.
LSU is a wild take. But go ahead, pop
Hey.
your shit right there.
Hey, it's how the brackets fell.
For men, I got UCLA. I got Arizona. I'm going for all like upsets.
I can see that because
Yeah.
UCLA. But
Then I'm going Florida because I do like Florida. And then I'm going with I'll go Michigan.
who you got? One?
Did you already pick it, or are you just picking it now?
I just picked it.
Oh, okay. I entered a bracket at work because it's like
Nah,
$2.
I didn't do a bracket. I didn't do a bracket this year. I got UCLA winning it all.
What you got for women?
That's crazy.
It don't matter. I got SC winning it all.
University of Don Staley.
Yeah.
Right.
But I do want to see Juju at least go far. I'm really watching I'm watching it now for South Carolina, but also for Juju. Like she's my Caitlin Clark for college right now.
Why do you like Caitlin Clark so much?
She makes the game exciting. Like she's like the Steph Curry of like basketball or women's basketball right now.
And how do people view Angel Reese? I don't think
How
this
do
is
people-
perspective, but like y'all know
So
way more
I
than that.
think that like there's a mystique to Caitlin Clark that like it's almost like Jordan. You know, Jordan didn't give too much. I think Caitlin Clark literally like she gives people like the game, but she goes back into hiding. We don't see her all the time. I think that what Angel Reese is doing, she has to do it because she's trying to make her money. She's trying to like become a brand. But I also realize that like.
So why is it
it's a
okay for
little too
Caitlin
much.
to do it, but Jason Tatum, we don't do enough?
But I think that like the way she plays is just different. The way that she was able to like go at those girls and like I've seen women's basketball, but I think that I've had conversations with a lot of other like guys, right? I'm like, why do you watch like women's basketball? The first thing they say is Caitlin Clark. It's just exciting. I think that with men's basketball, and I mean it's misogynist. I don't care at this point. Like we expect men to be rowdy, right?
Draymond Green.
When you think about like LeBron is like ferocious on the court. When you look at Kobe had the mean mug and like was like really like the Black Mamba mentality after he became the villain. A lot of people, I didn't like him, and then like when he became like fuck it, I'm gonna be the villain. That's when everybody was like fuck it, I like him. People like Anthony Edwards, even though he's a whatever you want to say like off the court. But he's just a shit talker. Like, guy literally gets fined every
Like he
week.
plays street ball. Or
Yeah,
something.
like not even street ball, but bro is just like a YN. Like we love that energy. I think that like we really look for that, and I think that now it's starting to go to the women's basketball where you've seen Caitlin Clark literally doing all of this, like talking shit. I think
They've
that
been doing that though.
but
It's just the fact that
now
social
we're
media-
noticing. Yeah, we're noticing it, and I will say like Caitlin Clark is probably the great white hope for us.
And they
For
shoved down
a-
our throats, and so
for-
that's why you got.
But I don't think they shoved her down. When you beat SC, when you beat teams like
We were winning before.
when you beat teams that are not supposed to be beat, and it's only one player, like there's
You
a few
still
players on
won
the
the
team.
championship.
But do they like her just because she's the white savior?
Yes.
Because correct me if
She
I'm wrong.
is.
If I'm wrong, Asia Wilson freaking amazing, but she did not get. Why wasn't she getting this much hype straight out of school? She had to win, play with Jason, and dang near.
Okay.
It was a campaign to get her shoe, even though she already had it, but it was a lot. She had to work way harder
She had to work,
than
but-
Caitlyn did. Y'all did not give Asia as much respect.
But
and
hear me out. When has even in the NBA, other than Shaq, when has ever a big man been like the star that everyone wants to gravitate to? There's never been a big man in the NBA that we gravitate towards. So like when I look at Asia Wilson is really like she plays the post. There's nothing that's
we talk about off the court. She has personality. She's beautiful. She's nice. She's funny. Personality. Her interviews are amazing.
Centers and forwards are not just really just like
We're moving the
That's
table
like-
because every time we talk about somebody off the court, you say what they're doing on the court. Every time we talk about somebody on the court, you say what they're doing off the court. So if we're going to talk about Asia Wilson, let's talk about her off the court and how much personality she has and how she has elevated the game of the WNBA for people that are currently there. She has.
You're
Right.
saying because Caitlin Clark's the guard, it just looks more exciting because she
It's
shoots
exciting.
threes, whatever. And it
She's
looks,
moving around.
it looks like it's somebody that looks like Steph Curry, which everybody has fallen in love with, right? But it's also because she's white.
It's because she's white.
Because
I'm not looking at her because she's white.
I understand that, but I'm saying the media has pushed her and
Yeah,
shoved
I
and
agree
has
with that.
put her everywhere and shoved her down our throats because she is white. Because South Carolina was better that year. Now, did they beat them? Yes. You were better that day. That's fine. But they didn't ultimately win the championship. They lost to LSU.
Yeah.
Right? And so then, what did Angel Reese do? She did all this back. And so they started to do that back
No,
because
I didn't like that.
it was against But
Yeah.
you didn't like it, but it was okay when Caitlin Clark did it?
No, that's not what I said. I didn't like that she was getting like backlash for doing it.
Oh, okay,
I love that part of the game.
Right. So what I'm saying is though, South Carolina was doing great things even before that, but they didn't get that notoriety because it's a bunch of white people. They still don't right now.
It's easier for little girls to walk around with a Caitlin Clark jersey than an Asia Wilson jersey and an Angel Reese jersey because different black women.
I think this is my problem right here is that we're going to disagree on it and it's okay. It's cool. This, like, regardless of anything, her, like, Angel Wilson she's walking so these girls behind her can fly. Like, Angel Wilson's getting a lot of things. She's not going to get notoriety. Like, I hate that she's not getting notoriety. I hate that the black woman's not getting notoriety. But I think that Angel Wilson, well, Maya Moore and all
That's
this,
what
they
I'm
crawl.
Maya
She's
Moore.
walking. Caitlin Clark is running so Juju can fly. And I think that's the part, like, I'm not looking at it from, like, oh, a white woman, like, she shoot. I like the brand of basketball that she plays. It's exciting. And let me finish, please. It's the game that she plays. I say that regardless of anything, Juju is going to come in and wreak havoc in the WNBA. I truly believe that, and that's what I'm waiting for. But right now, it's exciting. I think that she's bringing eyes to the W that, personally, a lot of people haven't really paid attention to. Now, you paid attention to it because you're a basketball head, like women's basketball group. Like, I remember you watching, like, UNC Ivory Ladder, like, when we were, like, knee-high. You feel me?
Right.
Like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, I understand that. But I think now, like, I know that the point in time where I can say that I've actually started paying attention to women's basketball, which I did watch a little bit of Maya Moore. I did watch a little bit of Diana Taurasi when she was at UConn. But, like, I think that this brand of basketball is just exciting. I would have never known Dejanay's name, Jackie Young's name. Like, even Unrivaled, like, with us, like, talking, like, I'm learning women's names. But what brought attention to the game for me was Caitlin Clark. And I think that is the most important part because these, regardless if they're black, white, Armenian, fucking whatever, it matters. But at the end of the day, if you understand, like, I don't understand, like, fully, like, sports business, but what I do understand is that regardless of the same thing that is happening with Caitlin Clark is happening right now with the NBA. They are going to push Cooper Flagg to be the next, like, Larry Bird down there. They're looking for a face. They don't have a face. And guess what? He's going to be number one. And they're going to do everything they can to make him the next great white hope. I'm not mad at it. I don't really care because they try to do, like, in the NBA, in the NFL, they try to do it with CMC. And it's cool. But, like, I think that in the space of women's basketball, I think that it makes more sense to get behind this, to push this to levels that, like, are unseen, that has never been seen before. I think I think that riding her and then, like, when Juju come in, I think at that point we're going to see the first $1 million contract. I truly believe it. It's very emotional. I don't know. Like,
but you know, I actually know sports business. And the thing that bothers me about this is that I love brands. I love how brands grow. The WNBA is growing, and it's interesting to see how they're making it grow. Now, I'm not saying that sports, basketball, football, soccer, baseball have a specific race that play, but there are majority races that play in certain sports.
right.
With the NBA, that was niggas. Since the beginning, it's always been niggas.
NBA?
Yes.
Oh, was it?
No.
The main people that
At
always...
the very beginning.
No, it wasn't.
Well, the main people...
Jerry West is the
Jerry
logo.
West is the logo, yeah.
We're
It's
talking
the
about the
pink,
Kobe,
white.
Shaq, D-Wade, all of them. I'm
That
talking about
wasn't-
that era.
That's not
That's not the
beginning.
beginning. That's not even like
You know what I'm talking about.
Go ahead, cook.
Cook with me.
the beginning.
So, for what... Beginning of what I know.
Yeah.
What I know.
The
okay?
beginning.
The beginning of what I know.
Go ahead.
That's what I remember basketball being.
Right.
Like, that's what the brand was for me. The face was Kobe. It was Shaq. And then when LeBron, was playing in Cleveland and he did the big interview and went to Miami, like, that's the basketball I remember. It was niggas.
Okay.
Like, that's what it was. And as we know, the world has changed. And
Right.
I just don't like the fact, one, niggas ain't dark skinned no more. They're mixed. Because they're all them dated white women.
I will say
That's
that
the
shit
problem.
pissing me off too, though.
They're not niggas no more. And again, we're talking about my beginning. So how y'all said Jerry West started this, it used to be white apparently, but when I knew it was niggas. Now it's shifting back. So now it's light skinned people. It's the half, I ain't gonna call them that. It's that. So what's
Racially ambiguous.
racially ambiguous. The LaMelo Balls, LeAngela, they were like that.
Hey, we love y'all still.
I do love the Ball family, and I'm actually very sad
She
that Luck got
about to
his.
say-
But what I'm getting at is how you said that they're looking for the next white savior. Look how much we're shifting back to what you said it once was instead of what I remember it being. So with the WNBA, it's pissing me off because you have Asia Wilson you can put in front of people. Angel Reese, and help me out with some money, whatever, Juju, whoever, but they're so forcing Caitlin Clark on us because they're so terrified for Asia Wilson or any other black woman to be the face. Because as we saw, how we said before, how they corrected me, it used to be white, it went niggas, and now it's slowly shifting back to, oh, well, I don't want my little son wearing a Draymond Green jersey because this is there's just a guy that we can follow.
The WNBA has never been white. Yeah, I just want to make sure we say that.
But what we're saying is this is their opportunity that they've taken. Because right now, Juju has already broken some of Caitlin Clark's records, but they're still not talking about her enough in college basketball. They still want to talk about Paige, and Paige hasn't had a great season this year. Hopefully, she does much better right now in March Madness to reintroduce herself to the world because she kind of got forgotten. But they keep trying to bring her up. Like they just had a segment of her on ESPN on SportsCenter with Elle Duncan. Why? Why are we talking to Juju Watkins, who should be the National Player of the Year probably? Yeah. Right? But because, how does Paige look? Now, Paige got a little flavor to her.
She got flavor.
But she's still white at the end of the day.
She got a little flavor to her.
You know what I mean? And they want to push UConn.
See, that's the thing. You can have flavor, but you got to be white to be the face. Like, why can't you just be a white?
But I will say that, like, even in the NBA, there was a point in time where they were pushing Larry Bird. But also, there was a Magic Johnson that came in at the same time that was taken away from that. If you take Magic Johnson away, you have that white hope that's literally winning championships. I think that
the minute he got A's, they said, "Oh, you got."
But also, like, you got to think about it. Sabrina, didn't they win? They won it. Yeah. Didn't they win what? Didn't they win the title this year?
Oh, it's about New York.
Yeah.
I think it's about when she was at.
So Oregon. I think, I'm talking, no, not Oregon. Like they won the championship this year. So I think that like the player, it doesn't matter if they're white or black. I think that right now, I'm not saying all of
it matters for who they're trying to make money off of. It should be Asia Wilson, but they refuse to put Asia as the face of the WNBA because they want to whitewash it. You don't see black people taking over soccer. Who is it? Cristiano Ronaldo. You don't see them taking over the MLB because they're never going to put a nigga as the face of the MLB. They're trying to shift all these sports.
Ronaldinho was literally the best player at a point in time before Messi and he's Brazilian, but he's still black.
My point. Like, they're never going to put a true nigga as the face of anything.
What nigga, all right, what nigga is good at soccer right now? Who's the best nigga in soccer?
I don't know soccer. But my point is, with LeBron leaving, WNBA getting higher, why won't they make a black person the face? But you guys have only said white people that they're trying to push to be the face. Because Jason Tatum's not doing enough. Ant Edwards talks too much. This person has too much going on. That makes money. But because, what's her name? Caitlin Clark does her job and goes home, she could be the face. But Asia Wilson might show up with some braids in the back with some long nails, but God forbid a little girl look up to her, right?
But the black little girls and the black people.
The black little girls, but think about it. There's more white people than black people in America. And think about, when you think about when you think about the Barbie doll, right? A mom is not going to buy her baby a black Barbie doll. A white woman most likely is not going to buy her a black Barbie doll. She's going to buy her a white one. But a black mom will get her baby pretty much what she wants. Of course, she wants her to get the black one, but we're going to make our babies happy. But a white woman refuses to have anything that doesn't look like her in her home. So her walking around, let's say the last name's person is Jackson or Johnson. You want your little girl, little Emily Sue walking around with a Johnson jersey? No. But Caitlin Clark, oh, she can wear that because she's digestible.
I do remember the AI had white boys with fake tattoos and braids walking back. So I'm just saying it's happening.
It just depends.
But they're not pushing anybody to look like AI anymore. Like for to be the face of the league or to be like a key player in the league.
Because AI, even regardless of what we say about the image, AI wasn't literally like slapping up kids when they like played like one-on-one or had guns like in a. He didn't have guns in the camera like pointing and shit at. He had the image, but bro is still doing what he needed to do for the community. And I think that's the difference. Is that like these young kids, they're not ready. I'm not gonna call them.
They're out here on a stripper pole. She literally is just herself, but they won't make her the face.
Who's on a stripper pole?
I'm saying Asia Wilson's not out here on a stripper pole either, but they're not making her the face.
Like I said, it's not. I don't think it's about her being black. I think it's about a big man is not
she's very marketable.
Big men have never been marketable in male.
It don't even gotta be on the board.
But this is female sports.
It's female, and
I'm just saying like big men have never been marketable in the NBA. So like when I think about Asia Wilson not being like as marketable as like a Juju or like a Caitlin Clark,
But being marketable goes past. Okay,
Even-
how long? I don't know if you know this. How long does the average person last in the NBA? The average person. We're not talking about Kobe or LeBron. Like, what's the longest?
In the WNBA.
In the
She said NBA.
what's
Okay,
the
my fault.
what's the average amount of time that somebody lasts in professional sports? I'm just gonna say 4 to 5 years, just to keep it like
On average, yeah.
on average, right? So you're saying Caitlin Clark goes to work and comes home, but she has presence on the court. Let's say she has I don't wish this, but let's say she stops playing in 5 years. Then what? But people like Kobe built something on the court and off the court, and he was able to keep his legacy going once he stopped playing. LeBron is going to do the same. Steph is going to do the same. Asia has the power to do the same. Angel Reese has the power to do the same. Caitlin Clark, once she stops playing,
She has brand deals and different things.
no,
and
she
stuff going
literally
on
has,
for
like,
sure.
she-
I don't think she has the personality. I don't think she has she's nobody that she might have brand deals, but she's nobody I'd be like, oh my God. Like, I might have never seen a Lakers game, but I know who Kobe Bryant is.
Why?
He stands out to me. Everybody, he was a household name.
Why does he stand out?
He's a household name. He
Well,
had
why?
personality. He put
lit-
himself out there more than just basketball. He was social. He did some things. Like, he was a family man. We knew about him. He put himself out there.
I think you're thinking about the whole totality of his career when you think of Kobe or when you think of Michael.
I think about what he was doing he was doing things on the court, but we also knew he was doing off. What's her name? We don't know because she ain't doing
because
nothing.
she's only been out for one. Like this is her first year. We can't compare her to like a 20-year run that has had, a 20-year run that like Kobe had. We gotta allow her to like. When Kobe came into the league, the man didn't even start.
I hope my man stick up for me like you are this white woman, because that's crazy.
Hey, on that note, this has gone a long time.
Because
So listen.
it's just not fair. I think that Asia Wilson should be the face of the WNBA. Put niggas in the front of things again. Make sports great again by putting black people at the forefront. Okay.
I like it. Hey, on that note, listen, we appreciate y'all plugging in with us today. A longer
Take it over
episode,
the
but make sure
No,
y'all
I
tell us
don't
on
think that-
TikTok. Let me do the outro.
No,
Let
do
me-
it. We talking. Yo, you good?
Make sure y'all plug in to us
Come here,
on
Bill, you in front of my
TikTok,
people?
I don't like
Instagram, all those things,
Let's talk
YouTube,
about-
like,
No,
subscribe,
no.
all that.
Yeah,
Listen,
like-
we out of here. Enjoy it.
Hold on.
Look.
Bye. Thank you.